Greetings and good evening from Papermaker Stadium here in Kimberly, Wisconsin, site of tonight's big one. It's a Week 3 showdown in the Valley Football Association. Number 2, Kimberly. Number 5, Fond du Lac. And we are excited to be here. It's a game of the night in the state of Wisconsin, and it is our Varsity Game of the Week Prep Football live stream. I am Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us in what should be a very entertaining game, especially if it plays out like the last two matchups between these two fantastic programs. Joining me, it's kind of like it's basketball season, I guess, but it's basketball but football. Hanging out with me is Jim Rosendick. He's doing double duty tonight. We call him Rosie. Ricardo Arguello, a fellow stream teamer, can't be here tonight. Something kind of came up there last second. So, Ricardo, hope everything's okay with you, and maybe you're listening wherever you are. But our wishes are with you and your family, and hopefully everything is good. But, Rosie.
Yeah.
How you doing over there?
I'm okay. I'm a little nervous, but I'm okay.
You'll be fine.
I think we'll be fine, yes. We do have a wall separating us, so.
We have a wall separating us. That's probably good because it's going to be a fun one tonight, and might get a little excited. But it gives me a little bit more room to spread out and watch these two fine programs, both undefeated programs, and two teams that know each other well. They've seen each other quite a bit, especially come playoff time. Let me go through the game notes here before we get started. And a very festive atmosphere. I tell you what, it is jam-packed. You got every media outlet here. Heck, you even got an assortment of cheese, a cheese table in front of us. Maybe Rosie can zero in on that. We had one of the local weather or local TV stations. They were doing weather, a live weather spot here. So I mean, you got a little bit of everything going on here tonight. But game notes. Let's get started first for the Papermakers. They're coming off a 55-21 romp of Wisconsin Rapids last Friday in a VFA matchup right here at Papermaker Stadium. Papermakers ranked second in the state in both the Associated Press and WisSports.net coaches polls. That's the large division for the Associated Press poll and Division 1 for the coaches poll. Kimberly gave up an early touchdown to the Red Raiders before scoring the next 4 TDs. A 14-yard scoring strike from quarterback Caden Pendleton to Connor Winnick. A 4-yard touchdown run by Alec Martzel, an 18-yard hookup between Pendleton and Will Hammond, and then a 14-yard run by Caleb Frazier. Pendleton threw for 148 yards and 3 touchdowns. The other, a 44-yard strike to Hammond in the third quarter that gave the Papermakers a 42-14 lead. He also completed 9 of his 10 attempts. Martzel finished with 146 yards rushing and 2 scores. The other, a 23-yard scamper late in the first half. Frazier added 77 yards and 2 TDs. The other, a 14-yard score midway through the third quarter. Overall, Kimberly rushed for 310 yards against Rapids, averaging 7.8 yards per carry. Parker Kester also got into the end zone for the Papermakers. That was a 3-yard plunge with 4:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. He finished with 56 yards rushing on just 8 carries. Defensively, DeAndre Williams led the way with 11 tackles, while Caleb Oberman added 9 tackles. Overall, Kimberly outgained Wisconsin Rapids 458 to 242. On the season, the young quarterback, Pendleton, just a sophomore, he's thrown for 298 yards and 5 touchdowns while completing 56.7% of his throws. He has yet to toss an interception. Martzel leads the way in rushing with 265 yards and 2 scores. He's averaging 7.6 yards per carry. Frazier next with 166 yards on the ground and 3 TDs. Winnick's 9 receptions lead the Papermakers in that category. He has 113 yards and 2 scores. Hammond, he's next with 3 catches for 111 yards and 3 touchdowns. And looking at the team stats, Kimberly averaging 127.4 yards per game through the air and 259 yards on the ground. Defensively, allowing 135 yards and 114 yards in those respective areas. Let's talk about Fond du Lac. They're also 2-0, and the Cardinals are coming off a 42-7 pounding of Stevens Point last Friday in a VFA contest that was played over at Gerke Field. They're ranked 5th in the Associated Press Large Division State poll and 3rd in the WisSports.net Division 1 Coaches poll. Fond du Lac jumped out to a 35-7 halftime lead over the Panthers and scored its first touchdown on a 60-yard run by Xavier Ellis. Ellis finished with 173 yards and 3 scores on 22 carries for a 7.9 average. His other touchdowns were scored from 7 and 5 yards out. Quarterback Kyle Waljasper, he He finished with 135 yards and 2 TDs on 6 of 8 passing. He hooked up with Caleb Plant from 43 yards in the first quarter, and Nick Benke on a 40-yard strike with just 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Wall Jasper also rushed for a score. He's a dual-threat quarterback. That was a 24-yard run late in the second quarter that gave the Cardinals a 28-0 lead. He finished with 81 yards rushing on just 5 runs. Plant caught 4 passes for 80 yards in the win against Point, while Benke added 2 receptions for 55 yards. Defensively, Fletcher House, 9 tackles and 2 sacks, and overall, Fond du Lac outgained Stevens Point 429 to 143. Amazing. So far in the young season, Wall Jasper, he has thrown, and he's just a junior quarterback, by the way. He's thrown for 262 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's completed 67% of his throws and hasn't tallied an interception either. Ellis easily leads the Cardinals in rushing with 281 yards and 4 TDs on 51 carries for a 5.5 average. Wall Jasper is next, 121 yards on the ground. Plant, 6 catches for 119 yards and a touchdown to lead the Cards, while Benke is next with 5 grabs for 88 yards and 3 scores. House's 20 tackles is tops on the team in that department. As for the team stats, Fond du Lac is averaging 135.9 yards per game through the air and 241.5 yards on the ground, I should say. Opponents averaging, check this out, Rosie, defense has been the name of the game for the Cardinals, 80.5 yards through the air and just 76.5 yards on the ground, respectively.
That is a quality defense there.
You know, when we were talking this past, the R&B show, which the podcast should have dropped, supposed to drop every Thursday. You can get that on Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. We were talking about strength of schedule, at least early on, and Fond du Lac had that big non-conference win over Franklin, 34-31 in Week 1. Franklin was ranked in the state at the time and certainly one of the better teams and a team to watch in Division 1. I believe they're receiving some votes in that large division Associated Press poll, so that was a very impressive win. Of course, Stevens Point, the other victory, as I mentioned, and for Kimberly, struggled a little bit in that Week 1 victory against Oshkosh West before prevailing 31-12, and then doing what Kimberly does against Rapids with that 55-21 triumph.
Yeah, they definitely cleaned up whatever was wrong in Week 1 for Week 2, that's for sure.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about that here in a moment. First, we're going to have our national anthem. All right, well done by the Kimberly Marching Band, our national anthem. And the color guard, of course, here as well at Papermaker Stadium. I was going to mention, you were talking about, Rosie, that week 1 matchup that Kimberly had against Oshkosh West. That was, I believe, the same week where their starting quarterback, at least the young man who was tabbed to be the starter, Jackson Rotier, a senior, was lost for the season with a knee injury. So that thrust young sophomore quarterback Caden Pendleton, 6'6" sophomore, into the starting role. And I know that obviously they were really excited for Jackson, but also equally excited for Caden to get his shot as well. And probably just some adjustments, Rosie, trying to kind of get ready, at least get over that, just that initial shock of losing your quarterback.
Yeah.
In as you're getting ready for the season in week 1.
Yeah, I think, obviously when you lose your starter, that's just pretty much a punch in the gut right there. But I'm sure he probably, like we've seen so many of these Kimberly quarterbacks, grew up during the game and, obviously looked a lot more comfortable. Things probably slowed down for him a lot more in the second week. So it'd be interesting to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, we've kind of seen that trend the last couple quarterbacks with Alec Rosner. He did such a fantastic job, and then last year Cody Starkle. And the beauty is with Steve Jones and the coaching staff here at Kimberly, they're going to have Pendleton for the next couple of years after this. So just think maybe. I don't want to say take your lumps because that might not be fair, but boy, by the time he's a senior, he's going to have a ton of experience.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, first, I'm sorry, Rosie, just want to say a big thank you to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Oshkosh, and Fond du Lac. Their craftsmen manufacture your bed on site with unmatched quality and customer service. Be sure to stop in today for their mega mattress clearance sale. So thanks for Verlo Mattress Factory hopping aboard our varsity content this season. And as you can see, we have our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard up and ready to go.
And we very much appreciate the sponsorship. Put that logo front and center right there.
Kimberly going to kick off to start this game. Tyler Collian and Braylon Allen back to receive this kick. Keep your eyes on number 1, Braylon Allen, just a sophomore. He's listed as a quarterback DB combo, 6'1", 200 pounds, but already with a scholarship offer to Iowa.
Whoa.
And also an outstanding wrestler and track and field athlete. So just really an all-around heck of an athlete. Guessing he's got some wheels and some speed, so if he gets out in space on these kickoffs, watch out. He could go all the way to the house. And there's a good look at the young sophomore. Kind of new cast of characters, Rosie, after some of these battles. Again, last year, both games, week 1 and then the state semifinals, literally came down to the final play. Of course, week 1 last year, Fond du Lac snapping Kimberly's 70-game winning streak, the state record. Jared Shebrill's field goal with just seconds remaining, as actually his time expired. And then how about in the state semifinals where Kimberly, the 2-point conversion pass from Cody Starkle to Mitch Bartle, sends the Papermakers to Madison for a strict 6th straight season. So let's hope that we can have another classic matchup there. And that's a great job on the tackle. Max Sanderfoot, the junior, bringing down Collian. And it'll be 1st and 10 Fond du Lac as we are underway here at Papermaker Stadium. But it's, and these just so many great matchups, so many ties with the program. Of course, Fond du Lac coached by Steven Jorgensen, who played here. His father, Steve Jorgensen, still on the staff, former Fond du Lac head coach last year, and then many years here at Kimberly, really built this program, and Steve Jones has just added to it. Of course, Steve Jorgensen leading Kimberly to a couple of state championships back in the day, so not a whole lot of secrets here. Good throw to number 18. Kyle Waljasper to Nick Banky.
Yeah, I don't even really know what to expect tonight just because those last 2 games have been so good. And both teams have lost good players, so
Yeah, but they always reload, don't they?
They really
these
do.
programs are just they're so good, and you think one of these years too that Fond du Lac's due for a state trip too to Madison. There's a run up the gut. Xavier Ellis brought down, going to be about a yard shy of that first down marker. So we're looking at. Are they going to? No, they're going to give it to him. Okay, you got the first down. So 1st and 10 Fond du Lac ball on its own 36-yard line.
Yeah,
of course, you know.
Really thought last year was their year, and now I feel the same way almost about Bayport this year. But this is why we play the games.
Well, one of the beauties of what we do, Rosie, is we get to go throughout the entire Fox Valley, see some of the best teams, regardless of the division. Now, we just saw Bayport last Thursday take down Green Bay Preble, one of the top teams in the FRCC. Bayport, of course, loaded, and so this gives us a chance to really see Bayport, now Fond du Lac and Kimberly, and really compare and contrast as Xavier Ellis. Boy, nowhere to go. A whole bunch of red shirts, and look like number 42 for the Papermakers leading the way, Zach Errant, the senior linebacker. But that Bayport team, awfully impressive, and I'm sure we're going to see the Pirates down the line as well. I believe, what was that, a 55?
55-21.
Was that over Preble? Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they might have got punched in the face a little bit in the third quarter, but that was about it. They took the punch and came right back.
No gain on that. 2nd and 10. Ball still at the 36-yard line for the Cardinals. Jet sweep, and it looks like Wall Jasper. Nope, he's going to run it to Xavier. Pitch it. Nice job, and big blocking down the line. And an excellent little option play. Big chunk yards for Xavier Ellis. And Fond du Lac in Kimberly territory. Ball going to be spotted at the Papermakers 43-yard line. So offensive line doing its thing, and a nice read by Wall Jasper to pitch it to Ellis. And we remember Xavier Ellis from last year, a heck of a running back.
Oh yeah, we saw him break a few against Hortonville last year.
Handoff right up the gut to Ellis, and he's going to get a few yards bottled up. Looks like maybe to the 40-yard line. Thanks to everybody watching live tonight on all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites and Facebook pages. We appreciate you hanging out with us here on a Friday night. Not too bad. Clouds are starting to break a little bit, seeing some sunshine, some late day sun, and Rosie, it's a little too cool for my liking right now. I'm a big summer guy.
You are. You love your warm weather.
I'm telling you what, if we don't get a nice fall and at least a mild winter, I'm leaving. I'm going to Arizona. I've had enough of this. 2nd down for the Cardinals, and fumble. Fumble again. He tried to pitch, and let's see. I think Fond du Lac got it. Wall Jasper fell on the football. So a couple bobbles there, and very fortuitous bounce right back into Wall Jasper's hands, but it's going to cause a 3rd and long situation. So I guess that's better than the turnover at midfield. But near disaster for that Fond du Lac offense. Pretty good penetration by that front by Kimberly. We'll call it 3rd and 14, ball at the 48-yard line. As Wall Jasper going to look, he's got good time. Now it's starting to break down, and he finds, close to a 1st down. That's Braylon Allen again. So you see the strength of the sophomore. Again, listed as a QB DB, but playing a little receiver as well. And it looks like Fond du Lac, Rosie's going to go for it. Ball at the Kimberly 38. And 4th and 5.
Wow,
I think this is a good call. I mean, I think you're far enough downfield, have a lot of confidence, obviously, in your defense. And nope, let's see. Fond du Lac's going to burn a quick timeout, talk things over.
probably not a bad idea. Get the play you want called. If you are, and I agree with you that you're in this territory, you're deep enough. I think you should go for it. you'd have to dial up the right play against this Kimberly defense, which looks like they pretty much have not missed a beat since last year.
Well, let's see what's in the old play sheet for Steven Jorgensen and the Cardinals facing a 4th and 5, ball at the 38-yard line, and right now possessing the ball. So doing a good job at least keeping that Kimberly offense off the field.
Do you run a jet sweep? Do you do a pass out in the flats, a screen, a pitch out?
Well, we're going to find out. Rosie used to be an offensive coordinator.
That's right. And Pop Warner.
Well, Jasper's got time. Kind of a duck. Whoa, knocked out. Finally loose. That's an incomplete pass. I didn't see who got there. That might have been.
Was it intercepted?
No, I think that was just incomplete.
Oh,
that
okay.
might have been Caleb Overman, the senior linebacker, getting in there, knocking it out. A little bit of a kind of a not a real tight spiral coming out of Walt Jasper's hands, and good awareness by that Kimberly defense and really hitting the receiver, knocking it out. Close, could have been close to a first down, but no can do. So turnover on downs. Kimberly with the football, ball at the 38-yard line to start.
Yeah, it looked like that ball, it took forever to get to the ground.
And our first look at Pendleton, who hands it off right away to Caleb Frazier. Nothing doing. Nice two-headed monster at running back between Caleb Frazier and Alec Martzel, two names that we remember quite a bit last year. Gain of 1, so ball in 39, 2nd and 9 for the Papermakers. First offensive series in this game. And Pendleton, quick strike.
Nice
and,
little toss.
Yeah, that's to Jack Kiefer, the senior wideout, but Fond du Lac quick to get the stop, but not before Kimberly picks up about 4 or 5 yards, so I guess we're going to look at 3rd and maybe 5, ball at the 43-yard line. This is fun, Rosie. 2 heavyweights. Man, I tell you, it's got that playoff feel already. I mean,
It does.
Tons of people all over the place. I mean, jam-packed. School's finally in session. You know, those first couple games that we stream, there's good atmosphere, but it feels a little weird because schools haven't started yet, and this is the first week, so it's fun. It's ready to go, and I know we've been busy back at the offices. Pendleton almost picked off. That was number 4, Fletcher House, knocking it down, the senior linebacker, and that's a quick 3 and out. We saw that defense, Rosie. Talked about it in the open again, allowing, I should say, 80.5 yards through the air and 76.5 yards on the ground, respectively. So could be some tough sledding early on for this Kimberly offense. Ooh, watch out.
Oh, boy.
Watch out. Oh, boy, and that is a huge miscue. It's kind of a low snap, bobbled snap, and nowhere to go for the Papermakers. And look where Fond du Lac's going to set up. Right at the Kimberly 35, 36-yard line. Wow. Special teams mistake there.
Yeah, there's one thing you don't want to do is give Fondy this short of a field.
Absolutely not.
Whoa.
Let's see if the Cardinals can take advantage. Actually, it'll be at the 36, so 1st and 10 for Fond du Lac. So a nice drive, possessed the ball, did some good things before they turned it over on downs, and then did a great job defensively, forcing the 3 and out, and then a big play special teams-wise, taking advantage of the mistake. And here Fond du Lac goes as Wall Jasper. He's going to run. Nope, pitch it out to Xavier Ellis, and that's a nice play. Down the far sideline, inside the 25-yard line.
Well, when Ellis gets that corner, he just goes.
Yeah, he's fast and he's fun to watch. A senior running back, only 5'9", 170 pounds, but speed and power. Kind of saw that with that young running back for Bayport last week, Grzybowski, who had a huge night, over 200 yards rushing
yeah.
against Green Bay Preble. First and 10, ball's at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, you can't teach speed. That's what they say.
Don't I know? Wall Jasper. Whoa!
Oh, he still caught it.
Yeah, it was knocked up, but Johnny on the spot. Number 13, David MacArthur, the junior wide receiver there. Didn't see the Kimberly defender who got his hand on the ball, but tipped it right to MacArthur, and that's going to be another fresh set of downs. Fond du Lac on the move. Ball's going to be spotted at the Kimberly 13-yard line. We're at Papermaker Stadium here in Kimberly, Wisconsin, and let's see if Fond du Lac can put that first touchdown or first points on our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard tonight. Wall Jasper hands it off to Ellis, looking for a seam right up the gut. He's in. 13 yards for Xavier Ellis, reading the blocks. Did you see how low he got? Pretty tough to tackle the young man, and great start for the Cardinals.
Just a great run, just when you thought they had him bottled up.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, sneaks out. That was pretty efficient there.
Didn't take long to
No, it did not.
take advantage of that the botch snap, and Justin Chevrolet back again. He was the young man who snapped that winning streak with the field goal. He's back here again and punching it through the uprights. And as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard, Fond du Lac with the early lead, 7-0 over the Papermakers. 5:44 to go here in this opening quarter. Yeah, as I said moments ago, Cardinals snapping Kimberly's state record 70-game winning streak in Week 1 last year, a game that wasn't decided until Chevrolet's 26-yard field goal as time expired. That gave Fond du Lac a 31-28 victory, a game that we live-streamed. And then, of course, the two hooked up again in last season's state semifinal round with Kimberly prevailing 22-21 in overtime. That was down at J.J. Keller Field at Titan Stadium on the campus of UW Oshkosh. That game was decided on a two-point conversion pass from quarterback Cody Starkle to Mitch Bartle. That was one of our Play of the Year nominees at our Prep Sports Awards show.
Now, I thought in that game that Fondy kind of got away from the run a little too much. It almost seemed like they tried to pass a little too much, and they just kind of got out of their strength, which was their run game last year. But apparently it hasn't lost much, because look what they did so far tonight.
Yeah, run game on point so far. I don't have team stats in front of me as Alec Martzel on the return for Kimberly. And you can see in front of us, Rosie, the defensive side of the football gathering, kind of going over things and making the adjustments after that touchdown drive by Fond du Lac that ended on the 13-yard touchdown run by Xavier Ellis. So 1st and 10 for the Papermakers, ball on their own 30-yard line. Let's see if Kimberly can answer Fond du Lac's touchdown.
Well, and there's plenty of time left in the game. No need to hit the panic button or anything, but let's make a few adjustments. Try something new.
Martzel reading his blocks. Good start for the Papermakers. You can hear the cowbells in front of us. Always a sound we hear at Papermaker Stadium from the faithful.
Well, and it's so unique here that you come at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and there are people already lined up at the stadium, or your people grilling out. It's almost like a Packer game or a Badger game. Yeah,
it really does have that college feel. And 7-yard gain for Martzel. 2nd and 3, ball at the 37-yard line for the Papermakers. Pendleton, he's got time, swings it over. Nice throw to Winnick. He spins around, and he's got the first down. First time we've seen Connor Winnick, the Air Force recruit. Senior wide receiver, 6'4". Just another one of those great athletes here. A long line of excellent wide receivers. It seems like year in and year out. There's always a heck of a wide out. Kiefer, another one. Of course, Zach Lechner. I'm going to leave. If I say too many, I'm going to leave too many names out, so I got to be quiet.
Yeah, then people are going to start tweeting you and say, "What? Thanks for leaving me
Yeah,
out."
please don't tweet me. I'm all by myself tonight as Martzel gets around the left edge and a good, strong run by the senior running back. Yeah, if now that school is in session, college too, give me a follow on Twitter at PCBretzi, and maybe we can give you a shout out. Tweet me where you're watching the game. Maybe take a picture of your dorm room, because I know all you college kids are hanging out in your dorms on a Friday night. Give Rosie here a follow too at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. 2nd and 6, ball at midfield for the Papermakers, down 7-0 as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Pendleton hands it off to Marshall. Big hole, powers his way, and I think he's got the first down. Martzel, the top rusher coming in. Again, 265 yards on the season, 2 scores. Frazier with 166 and 3 TDs. And Frazier now in, and it looks like Kimberly's going to burn a timeout, talk things over. First down coming after the timeout.
Well, Kimberly's just chipping away, getting what they need to, and seems like they're warming up now.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how these two teams grow. Right now, the tentative live stream schedule for us, Rosie, is 2 weeks. We'll see Fond du Lac again. They're hosting Hortonville. That should be a heck of a VFA South matchup down at Fruth Field. And then not sure when, I know for sure we'll see Kimberly in week 9 against Appleton North right here at Papermaker Stadium, but not sure if we're going to squeeze in another one. Possibly, but yeah. I guess it's going to be interesting to see, even in 2 weeks from now, how different maybe Fond du Lac looks, and certainly by the end of the season where Kimberly's going to be at. The nice thing about Kimberly, they don't have that, I don't think it was a burden to have that winning streak. I think they loved it. Pressure is a privilege, head coach Steve Jones is fond of saying, but at least you don't have to worry about that. If you lose one, maybe lose a couple, but just see where you're at by the end of the season. That's really what matters. Is Caleb Frazier making a nice run, nice tackle there by number 27, Drew Miller, the junior defensive back, tripping up Frazier. But always such growth from especially the good program, the really good programs. You just see a difference week after week after week.
Yeah, it's I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind.
Worry about your cameras, right?
Exactly.
2nd down and 6, ball at the Fond du Lac 40 for the Papermakers as Pendleton waiting for the snap, and handoff goes to Frazier. Big hole, right side, stiff arm.
He's going to go.
He's going to go. No, he cuts it back inside. Finally brought down by Xavier Ellis. It looked like he had a rail down that sideline. Good pursuit, but great blocking. Nice job by Frazier just to read it, and he's got some wheels. State qualifier, I believe, in the 300 hurdles, Caleb Frazier. And ball inside the 10, 1st and goal at the 9 for Kimberly.
At first there, I thought he was cutting it back just to make it interesting, but
he's doing that.
Like he was going to get there anyways.
The old Jim Taylor looking for people to hit as he was going down the sideline. Frazier again, looking for something, and a good job. Who was that? Number 4 for the Cardinals, Fletcher House. Heck of a linebacker, senior linebacker, wrapping up Frazier by the ankle, just a yard gain, so 2nd and goal, ball at the 8.
I still have a sneaking suspicion we're in for another last second or last play win.
I hope so, Rosie. I hope you're right. I hope that's you looking into your crystal ball, and that's what we want to see. We want to see nice close matchups here. So many good teams here in the Fox Valley, Northeast Wisconsin. We've said it time and time again, it's a hotbed for prep sports, and we know you guys love watching these streams and love reading our prep content. Martzel near the goal line. He's tripped up at the 3-yard line, so 3rd and goal. Ball at the 3. Doesn't matter the sport. Top-notch teams, athletes, coaches. That's why it's so fun to do that sports awards show.
Oh, it's great. And especially seeing all of those athletes together.
Yes.
And it's almost like when Ricardo gets the Elite 11s and the Terrific 10s, which have just been released. It's almost like a mini all-star game or something. It just all these really good athletes in one room.
Yeah, and it's fun. We bring the Central Wisconsin market athletes in as well, so it's everything. And let's see, Marcel, spinning away, direct snap. Boy, they think he's in. The sideline official, he got across. How about Marcel spinning his way? It looked like he was stopped, but second effort, and the paper makers with the answer. They punch it in. So a nice drive. Ball is up and through. Cam Zabel, the kicker, and look at here, Rosie. Maybe you're right. We have a tie game as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard, 7-7 with 50 seconds to go here in this opening quarter.
That was a good answer by Kimberly.
It sure was, and I thought Alec Marcel, I thought he was stopped shy. I thought maybe he was going to be at the one, but just enough effort to spin his way into the end zone. You could kind of see his offensive linemen raising their hands, and that sideline official said, yep, he's across.
Yeah, I noticed the whole pile just kind of shift right towards the end zone. I thought, well, did he get in or did he not get in? I don't know. But you saw the ref say, yes, he did. Yeah, I always find it interesting when you've got all these great athletes from the area that get together. I often wonder, do you guys know each other, or have you hung out, or is it like, oh my gosh, I got to meet this person. That's so awesome. Can I get a selfie,
You know, when we streamed that sectional championship basketball game at Watertown, it was Kakana and Nicolay.
Yeah.
And, Nicolay had Jalen Johnson. I remember seeing a couple guys from Kakana getting their pictures taken with Jalen Johnson, so.
Yeah, that was actually very cool. It was really neat to see.
Yeah, of course, Nicolay going on to win the Division II state championship, and Jalen Johnson not back this year. He's off to, can't remember what prep school he went to, but it's too bad. It's a loss for state fans, but, he's the Duke recruit and getting ready to better himself so he can kind of position himself, I'm sure, for an NBA career. Nice return by Tyler Collian. So good start for the for the Cardinals. Ball at the 38-yard line. So 1st and 10. Here we go.
Yeah, it's good to see at least the kids don't charge for selfies right now. I better shut up. They might. You never know.
Hey, I'm still waiting for we'll get you a shout out. Send me a tweet at PC Brett C. Give me a follow as well, and we'll let everybody know who's watching tonight and where you're watching from. As Xavier Ellis bounced it. Wow, heck of a run. Watch out.
Are you
Watch
kidding
out.
me?
Watch out. Sideline still up, and he is in for the score.
What a run.
62 yards.
As Al Michaels would say, are you kidding me? I thought they had him.
Wow.
That was impressive.
He there was pressure up the gut. He had to bounce it outside, and wow, you could see the wheels just. Xavier Ellis, how about that? 62-yard touchdown run. Here's the kick. Chevrolet, it's up and through, and just like that, Rosie, 14-7 is the lead for Fond du Lac as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard with just 27 seconds remaining in this opening quarter.
Well, that was one thing Fondy did well last year, and that was strike fast. What's the Cobra Kai mantra? Strike hard, strike fast, strike first, strike hard, or something.
Strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
No mercy. Well, that was no mercy on that run.
Yeah, and now you can see again the Kimberly defense sitting down on the bench in front of us. Time to go over some things again. Wow. Xavier Ellis, a 13-yard score earlier in this quarter. So 2 touchdowns already for the sensational senior running back of Fond du Lac. Handling the squib, that's number 48 for the Papermakers. Will Hammond, the fullback, and pretty solid field position coming up now for the Papermakers. And just like that, Rosie, Kimberly's got to try to answer again.
Well, they did a good job in the last series of doing that. I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to do it this time.
1st and 10 coming up for the Papermakers. Ball on their own 33-yard line. Yeah, they kind of got things in a little bit of a groove. Certainly that running game and that offensive line was doing some good stuff.
Yeah.
On the snap.
Do you know, did they hit many big plays in either of their first 2 games? Or is it pretty slow and steady?
I have to go back and look at the stats here and some of those scoring, those touchdowns against Rapids. As Frazier now, well, watch out. Holy cow, are you kidding me? Splitting that defense all the way into Fond du Lac territory. Ball's going to be near the 40-yard line, and I can see the Fond du Lac coaches beside themselves on the other side, right at the 40. And they're playing the Howard Cosell. Down goes Frazier, the legendary call is Caleb Frazier, already back to the line. And let's hand it to the big guy again as he powers his way maybe about a yard. And that's they wanted to get one more play in before the first quarter came to a close.
You got to catch your breath after a run like that. Impressive. Well, of course, I didn't say it was going to be a low-scoring game. We could be looking at a 55-56 game.
Hey, how about that? We'll take that, too. That'll be a whole lot of fun. So 14-7, Fond du Lac with the lead through one quarter as we take a look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Let me check last week. Some of those touchdowns. There was an 18-yarder, a 14-yarder, another 14-yarder, a 44-yarder. That's the Kimberly against Wisconsin Rapids. Looking at Fond du Lac and against Stevens Point, Xavier Ellis had a 60-yard score. I also had scores from 7 and 5 yards out. Wall Jasper hooked up with Caleb Plant from 43 yards out, another 40-yard strike. So both teams, without a doubt, have the ability to hit the home run on any play.
Yeah, I would say execution on offense so far tonight is pretty much spot on.
Huge Week 3 matchup. This is the game of the night in the state of Wisconsin. 2 powerhouse programs. Of course, we all know what Kimberly's done in recent years, and Frazier, who tripped up, trying to spin his way around, no good, and a good tackle. Number 4, Fletcher House. He's so good at kind of wrapping up those legs. And now a 3rd down coming up for the Papermakers. Ball at the 40, so 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and if I remember last year correctly, they had a pretty good number 4 at linebacker and quarterback.
Carson Raditz, yeah. Well, he was good, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
That was always amazing to me, Rosie, that a quarterback at this level was also a two-way player playing linebacker.
I mean, I can see defensive backs, but linebacker, really?
Yeah, I know. I kept thinking this kid's going to wear out, but
never did.
Never did, and heck of a season he had leading the Cardinals. 3rd down, let's see what Pendleton can do. He takes a snap. He's got some time, throws it downfield. Almost a one-handed grab by Winnick, but incomplete, and that's going to send out the punt unit, and the Cardinals get a 3 and out.
thought that was almost going to be one spectacular catch there.
Looks like some confusion here.
There we go.
Need one more guy out there for the punt. Let's see if the Papermakers can get that one off. Beautiful punt, wow, and all the way into the end zone. I was waiting for him just to let that ball sail through, but that's going to be a touchback. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Cardinals at their own 20-yard line. So a big moment now, Rosie, for this Kimberly defense. They got to get off the field here and eliminate that home run play. And so far we've seen Xavier Ellis really taking charge in that running game. And Wall Jasper and he have a really nice chemistry on that option pitch too. Wall Jasper,
yes,
as I said,
do.
he's a dual threat quarterback, and he can create some damage using his legs as well.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head on with the that pitch they have is pretty darn good.
Oh, Ellis breaks another tackle. Look at him go. Wow is right.
Whew.
Boy, he is just pushing guys off, spinning his way, keeping those legs churning. 1st down. That's a 16-yard gain. 1st and 10. Ball at the 36. Wall Jasper, he hands it off to Ellis. Tell you what, that was a good ball fake. I was watching Wall Jasper, the quarterback, number 17, in my binoculars. Fooled me. Not easy, or not very easy to do, I should say.
I'm just happy I have the larger monitor on my camera now, so I can actually see what's going on. How many times I missed looking out of the little viewfinder on these things last year.
Always adding equipment to our live stream productions. And hey, we're doing all right being a two-man crew. I just got a text from Ricardo. He is on his way.
Oh, okay.
So making his way back up from Madison, and we'll see Ricardo probably around halftime as Xavier Ellis looking for a hole. Nothing doing there. Good job by the Papermakers. Look like number 92, Luke Todd, in on that tackle, senior defensive lineman. You know what we need to do, Rosie? We need to add a spotter.
We do. Hey, just give us one more guy. That's all we have.
Spotter and a statistician, and we're good to go.
Yep.
3rd down and 6. Ball at the 40-yard line for Fond du Lac. And let's see if the Papermakers can get off the field here. As Wall Jasper, he's got all day to throw, fires over by the sideline. He stopped short, I believe.
Good tackle.
Yeah, good tackle by about a yard. Wall Jasper hit number 13, David MacArthur. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Ball's going to be at the 45-yard line, and I think Fond du Lac's going to bring out its punt team. That's probably a good call. You don't want.
Yeah.
You got a touchdown lead here. You feel like you kind of got some momentum. Don't swing it, and you know you have a really good defense. So punt it away, and let's see if your defense can get a 3-and-out, which they've done, I believe, twice so far in this game.
Oh,
and another timeout coming up for Fond du Lac. So Fond du Lac, 2 timeouts taken this half, 1 remaining. Kimberly burned a timeout also in the 1st quarter. As we take a look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard, 14-7, Fondy with the lead over Kimberly. And again, thanks to everybody watching live online tonight.
Good crowd.
Always appreciate your support.
Yes, and wait till Ricardo gets here. He'll do this stuff much better than myself.
Yeah, you're doing just fine, Rosie. Got a lot to talk about at halftime. Clubhouse Live. You mentioned the Elite 11 and Terrific 10 digital showcases. Football, girls volleyball. Talk about doing a girls volleyball stream.
Yeah. Do you pull out a fake punt here?
I am Mr. Conservative. I just wouldn't do it. But look at this.
Oh.
They're back on the field offensively.
Well, the run game they really haven't stopped them for negative yardage.
Ellis, and he got stopped.
He did not make it.
He did not make it at all. That was number 8 for the Papermakers, Jack Sutton, the senior linebacker, coming in. Now let's see, though. That's a really good spot for Fond du Lac. That's a great spot. Let's see what the measurement looks like. That might be still a bit shy, though, Rosie.
Oh, that was a good measurement.
I thought he was stopped at the 45-yard line.
Wow.
I think he had to get that ball to the 46, though. Let's see. I know you got the camera on it.
Yeah, as I was adjusting camera, too, I saw where they put it, and I thought, whoa, that was generous. Because I thought he was a yard behind that.
They must have gave him just enough of a push, but he is – whoa.
Oh.
They gave him the first down.
Wow.
Oh, Steve Jones is hot. I don't know if that – wow. I thought Sutton dropped Xavier Ellis, so a big fourth down run by Ellis. I'm sorry, folks. You can watch the replay again. You can scrub back and check out the replay. I have to go back to the office and watch it. I don't have that capability in front of me. I thought he was stopped shy.
Wow.
I thought that was a very generous spot. And then the measurement, I thought he was – I guess I don't know where the nose of the football has to be. I thought it had to be right at the stick, and it looked like it was maybe a couple inches short.
That's, from my vantage point where I had the camera, it looked that way. But they're down there.
Yeah, 1st and 10. Fond du Lac, fresh set of downs. Oh, beautiful throw. Right. Wall Jasper hitting number 11, Tyler Collian, on a little slant play. And Fondy now on the move in Kimberly territory, ball at the 40. So a gutsy call on 4th down. Xavier Ellis just got the first down, and now Fond du Lac on the move again.
Yeah, unless he surged forward at the end there, but I thought they had him well behind, almost a yard or two behind.
I think Kimberly did too, and maybe the officials just kind of let that play run out a little bit longer than what we all thought. We all thought he was just stopped shy. I mean, I guess the whistle didn't blow. So again, check it out on replay as Xavier Ellis pushing his way forward for 1, maybe 2 yards.
Ball pops out.
Looks like a 2-yard pickup for Ellis. Ball at the 38-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up for Fondy. Very impressed, I was going to say, with Fond du Lac's quarterback, number 17, Kyle Walljasper, a 6-foot junior, 215 pounds, big, strong kid. Got some good wheels and is throwing some nice balls tonight, too. Walljasper, here's that option. Nope, he's going to keep it. And Kimberly bottling up the quarterback, though he pushes his way a couple yards. Well, looking at 3rd and maybe 5 at the 35-yard line. Coming up, and Rosie, I got to think this is 4-down territory for sure now.
I think you're right on that, yeah. Boy, this is just a fantastic atmosphere for football. If you've never seen a game at Papermaker Stadium, you really should come down and check it out.
Kimberly, of course, they've appeared in the state finals 6 straight seasons. As Walljasper looking to his left, going downfield. That's overshot. He was going for the young sophomore. Braylon Allen showing off that sprinter speed down the sideline. And 4th down coming up. I like the call.
Yeah, I do.
I thought maybe downfield.
Might lay out for it, but nope, didn't do it. That's okay. I do like the call, though. Why not?
4th down coming up for Fondy. 4th and 5. Ball at the 35.
So it's going to make, you make Kimberly think a little bit. We're not going to be just running, so.
That'll also be an interesting play call here. And I think Fondy's got to burn its final time out of the half. Yeah, a little confusion there. I saw a player running off the field. And you can see, look at the Fond du Lac, one of the coaches there, not too pleased with that. So that's a big timeout to burn with 5:47 still to play as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. All timeouts gone this half for the Cardinals. Rosie, I see the cheese table has been dismantled and taken away.
They were taking it down before the game started, so I had to get the camera on it really quick before they put it all away.
That was a lot.
I hope they're bringing some up to us.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they are.
I hear you. How about a little cheese and crackers up here? That sounds good right now.
Yeah.
Give me some.
We can still do play-by-play munching on stuff.
Give me some Colby cheese or Colby Jack.
Oh,
That's what I like.
There you go.
A little sharp cheddar, not my favorite.
Sharp cheddar, not bad, but it's no Colby.
No Colby is right. And here we go, 4th and 5. Ball at the 35-yard line coming up for Fondy. Wall Jasper looking downfield. Nice, right over the middle. And that is a first down. That's to number 83, Mac Siebert, a junior tight end. Just over the middle of the field, Rosie, 6'4", 200-pound junior, and a fresh set of downs again. Boy, I'd love to know time of possession, but Fond du Lac dominating that statistic so far in this game.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. Just held on, threw it, held on to it. Good play call.
Yeah, good job by that offensive line, too, to give Walt Jasper time just to kind of let that play develop. Delivered a nice strike. First down and 10. Walt Jasper has it. He's going to go, and he's got a big hole on that left side. Finally brought down near the goal line. Wow. Oh, he stepped out of bounds at the 5. And there you can see Walt Jasper's wheels. And that. How about that offensive line getting out on the move?
They're just athletic up and down that line. I mean, you would. I guess I'm just, with both of these teams, I'm impressed at how they can just reload and reload and reload.
I'm very impressed right now with Fond du Lac tonight.
Yeah.
First and goal at the 5-yard line. Wall Jasper hands it off to Ellis, squeezing his way, and Ellis just refuses to go down. He's at the 1. He's busting so many tackles tonight. He looks like he's bottled up at the line of scrimmage, and then he fights his way, at least in this situation, for 4 more yards. Second and goal at the 1. And I have a feeling number 7 is going to get the ball, looking to punch it in for the 3rd time tonight. Ellis. And he is, stopped shy. 3rd and goal at the 1.
But he bounced off another tackle behind the line to get back in there, but that hole filled very quickly. With who I don't know, but props to Kimberly's D there.
Well, 3rd down, but realistically, two chances for Fond du Lac to get this one across the goal line. You know, if they get stopped shy, they're not going to go for the field goal. I would think they would try to punch it in again. So let's see what the call is here. I still think it's going to go to number 7. Nope, Walt Jasper keeps it, and there's a flag. That might be holding.
Procedure
call, maybe. Let's see. Yep, procedure is right. So a big mistake by Fond du Lac. I think Walt Jasper was in. So a procedure call is going to wipe off the touchdown and move the Cardinals back.
Yeah, I believe I saw one of the refs on the far side signal that he was in.
So ball moves back 5 yards. So 3rd and goal from the 6.
Kind of play you got for this one?
I think Xavier Ellis is going to get it. Nope. Walt Jasper on the move. Looking for the nope. I think his intended receiver got tripped up. He's looking for a flag. That's Caleb Plant, senior wideout. Now I think you bring in your field goal unit. You got a nice kicker in Chevrolet who has a great leg. So get a few more points on the board, take a 10-point lead, a 2-score lead. But call that a victory, I think, for Kimberly, Rosie, because that procedure call wiped off the touchdown. And I think they'll take 3 over 7 any day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, the one play where Ellis bounced it out, I thought, oh, there he goes, bouncing it out, and he's going to score. But that, like I said, that hole filled really quick. So props to whoever made that play.
Bad snap. Looking for something, nothing. Wall Jasper throwing. And I think, was it intercepted or what? I can't tell.
Yeah.
It was. Number 27 with the pick. Xander Zima, the junior. Wow. No points for Fond du Lac at all. 3rd and goal at the 1. The procedure call wipes away the touchdown. 4th down, stopped, or I should say, then stopped, set up for the field goal, a 22-yard attempt. It was a bad snap, low snap. Wall Jasper had to get up, try to make something happen. And Kimberly with a huge stop. Wow.
I just love how the waves just goes back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, you see a little bit more juice now in that defensive huddle in front of us. And let's see if this Kimberly offense can take advantage of the break. 1st and 10 on its own 20-yard line. Pendleton drops back, throws. He's got Winnick. Oh, incomplete. Nope, the official said incomplete. Winnick is saying he had it. Winnick was open on the slant.
Heard a fan, never had the angle, can't make the call.
Well, the thing about the officials, they are on the field a lot
Yep.
closer to the action than we are. So I'm guessing he had a pretty good look at it. And Winnick didn't seem to argue too much, but you're not going to win that battle. He said it was incomplete, so 2nd and 10. But, boy, that was a nice little play-action play. Pendleton had plenty of time, and here's Martzel, big hole left side. Look at that tackle by the sophomore. Just flying in, Braylon Allen. Boy, he's fast.
Allen, I believe, saved a very long gain.
So 3rd and 6 coming up for the Papermakers. Ball on their 24-yard line. And we're right now, boy, with no timeouts, Fond du Lac, and you're Steve Jones. I don't know if this is kind of tough. You don't want to give them a whole lot of time coming back if they're able to force the punt. But on the other hand, you definitely need, you want to show some urgency, get down the field and put yourself in scoring position in some way. And what do we got here? A flag, and it looks like a procedure call maybe. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, the Fondy players were applauding that one right away. So
that backs up the Papermakers. Now 3rd and 11, ball at the 19-yard line. 2:19 up, clock running.
Is it me, or does it seem like the score should be 35-28 or something? It seems like there's been so much action here.
Yeah, a lot of action, a lot of yards, some big plays. Kind of a typical Fondy Kimberly game.
Yeah.
Pendleton now, young sophomore, going to shoot it down the field, looking for Winnick. He caught it! Winnick caught it!
What a catch.
Wow, that was pretty good coverage by Julian Murillo, too, the senior defensive back. Pendleton just kind of put it up and let his best receiver kind of come down with it. Great concentration by Winnick, again, the Air Force recruit. Big first down for Kimberly. Ball on their own 43-yard line, clock running. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. Here comes Martzel looking for something. Ooh.
Nothing doing.
Nothing doing is right. Good tackle by number 4, Fletcher House. Boy, that's a good-looking linebacker for the Cardinals. He's been all over the field. And the Papermakers now burning the second of their 3 timeouts in this half. So 1 remaining with 1:19 to play. Neenah on top of Spash at the end of one quarter, 16-0. Rosie, what is wrong with Spash this year?
I don't know. I don't know how you can have a school that size and just not be able to field a decent team.
Well, they're struggling. You know, next week it doesn't get any easier. They have to play Kimberly.
Well, you and Ricardo talked about that in week 1, that they could essentially be 0-5.
Yeah, we saw Appleton North Spash in our week 1 game, and Appleton North handled Stevens Point easily. This reminds me of what happened to Spash last year, and then they get off to an 0-4, 0-5 start, something like that, and they just played a brutal schedule. So it was like Appleton North, Fond du Lac, Neenah, Kimberly, and then Marshfield. Those are your first 5 games for Stevens Point this year. How about that?
No thanks.
Yeah, 2nd and 9, ball at the 43, 44-yard line. And Pendleton play action, looking downfield again. Oh! He was looking for Will Hammond, the fullback, and just overshot his target. So 3rd and 9 coming up for Kimberly. Ball at the 44-yard line. Appleton North on top of DC Everest, 13-7 at the half.
Oh, there's another program that's really gone down.
Everest?
Yes.
Yeah. Pendleton 5. Oh, nope. Oh, boy.
Well, Coach Salm has that. He's got that Appleton North team just as physical as ever.
Yeah.
Every year. Very physical. But they did run into a kind of a meat grinder in Franklin last week.
Yeah, Franklin's good.
Yeah.
4th down coming up. That 3rd down pass was intended for Jack Kiefer. Just a little off target. Pendleton just a little off on some of his throws tonight. So you got to get a good punt here if you're the paper makers, and that wall is going to bounce. And that's number 2, Murillo. Returning it to about the 30-yard line, so 57 seconds remaining, no timeouts. Let's see what Fond du Lac wants to do. You got to think that, Rosie, they're going to go for some sort of chunk play. I can't imagine they're just going to let the half run out.
I wouldn't think so. They dial up something.
Actually, ball's going to be marked at the 25-yard line. And, again, we've seen Ellis tonight, a 62-yarder, so it's not it's not too crazy to think that you just hand it off to him and he could shed a tackler or two, bounce it outside, and then be off to the races.
A little dump pass over the middle or something. Who knows?
Pendleton or Waljasper's got time. Throws, tough throw.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Wide
that's
open.
right. Yep, and look at this. Oh, flag thrown. Heck of a play, though. That was to House. And let's see what the call is. I have a feeling that's going to go back, and that's going to be
Is that a block in the back
think
or
that's
a
what
face mask?
personal foul.
Not sure what was the symbol that he did there.
Something with the chest. I guess I've never
Yeah.
seen that before.
I thought he was going to go for a face mask or something, but and unfortunately, the refs today are not mic'd in high school football. So
that's going to negate a pretty big play. That was a nice throw by Waljasper.
Yeah, it
Off
was.
balance throw.
I was surprised how open he was down the middle.
Keep your eyes on Braylon Allen out there, too. Got a lot of speed out there with Xavier Ellis and Braylon Allen now for Fond du Lac.
Was just a great back and forth game. And only a 7-point difference.
So first and 10 ball at the 37-yard line. And the paper makers are going to take their final timeout. So Kimberly saw something they didn't like, and that's a good timeout with 28 seconds to play. Fond du Lac with the lead, 14-7, as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard and see if I can find some other scores here. Wrightstown with the lead, 20-17. And let me see who Wrightstown's playing tonight. The tweet doesn't have who they're taking on. Wrightstown and Fox Valley Lutheran a good game.
Ooh,
so, yeah,
okay.
how about that?
They will be, next year does Wrightstown go to the Bay? No, they don't.
No, still in the Northeastern. That's that funky. I think the Bay and the Northeastern are kind of a little crossover.
Yeah.
But the Northeastern is going to be adding Menominee, Michigan.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to go.
Yeah,
Got to go drive to another state to play a high school game.
Yeah, I believe. Does FVL go to the Bay, I think?
I think they might move to the Bay.
Yeah, but Menasha goes to the FRC East. Or is it West?
You know, that's a good question. I should actually print that off sometime. And Rosie, you, me, and Ricardo can talk about that during one of our half times. Xavier, Wall Jasper, great ball fake. Sheds a tackler. Whoa, another stiff arm. Look at your quarterback.
Wow.
Stiff arming guys down the field.
Gets out of bounds or is clock running?
No, clock's running. He didn't get out of bounds, so let's see if they can get one more snap. Ball at the 45-yard line. They will. And Wall Jasper spikes it, so a chance for one, maybe two more plays. We'll see what Steven Jorgensen has in his playbook here. 3rd and 2, ball at the 45-yard line.
Really faithful, yelling for defense.
Wall Jasper going deep. There's nothing there. And it's intercepted. That's number 31, Nolan Harkey. And that, folks, is how the first half's going to come to a close. Good job by the Papermakers dropping, I think, 8 back. I think that was just a 3-man rush. And the ball picked off by Harkey, and here we are at halftime.
All right.
Well, it is halftime here at Papermaker Stadium, and a look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard shows the Cardinals leading the Papermakers in this Week 3 prep football matchup. Thanks again to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Oshkosh, and Fond du Lac. Their craftsmen manufacture your bed on site with unmatched quality and customer service. Stop in today for their mega mattress clearance sale. Also, Verlo Mattress Factory offers free delivery and setup with set purchases, and they can make custom mattresses to fit boats, RVs, semi-trucks, antique beds, and more. Plus, air beds are on sale up to $400 off.
All right. Looks like we got some pom-pom squads here for halftime. So what do you think from the are you doing stats right now?
No, I'm just actually looking for some halftime scores here. Don't see too much on Twitter. If you know anybody who's out and about and they're a Twitter user, ask them to tweet scores in using the hashtag HSSWI.
But your thoughts so far?
I think Fond du Lac's defense is doing a bang-up job tonight. Really seeing that speed and athleticism. Not a whole lot of room to operate. Pendleton has had some guys open. He just needs to kind of calm down, relax, trust your receivers, trust yourself. And I think if he can hook up some of those guys, there's some big play potential right there.
Yeah, he's looked good. He
just a little off on some of those throws.
Yeah, he throws a good ball. I mean, but just a touch off here, there.
And that's to be expected from a young quarterback.
Yeah.
That stuff will clean up as the season goes on. Thing to remember, it's only week 3.
Yeah.
So really what happens tonight doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. Obviously, you want to win every game you play for sure, but you know, it's not the end of the world for either team if they drop one because they'll be in it at the end.
Yeah, it's just kind of I think we're kind of lucky in the fact that we have at least in my opinion, the big three in the state, all in our area here. So we're with Bayport, Kimberly, and Fond du Lac, that we can watch them and be firsthand and be able to see really how good they are. You know, the speed and the athleticism and just playing good execution football.
Yeah, of course, the folks down in the southeastern part of the state would say, hold on, Muskego, they're number one. They're the defending Division I state champions. They run that great wing T offense.
Yeah.
So don't forget about Muskego. They took down Arrowhead last week pretty handily as well.
Yeah. I know Arrowhead has been kind of down lately, but still, it's impressive. I guess see what they do against do they play Sun Prairie this year?
That is not the same conference.
It is not, okay.
No. So Sun Prairie, I think, is in the Big 8 or something down there with the two Janesville
Big
schools.
8, Classic 8 or something.
I
don't know. Maybe we'll have to stream one of their games just to see how good they are.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get an opportunity.
Yeah.
One of these teams could end up playing Muskego maybe in a state semifinal.
Yeah.
Based on how the matchup's set up, or I don't know how. We'll find out in soon enough. When it's selection bracket Saturday, whatever they call it when they reveal the pairings.
Yeah.
But
week 3 already. Where's the time gone?
Yeah, a third of the way through the season coming up. It does fly by. Then it's for Fond du Lac, boy. You said it before, speed, athleticism, kind of up and down on that line. I like their quarterback a lot. Their running back, Xavier Ellis, is outstanding. And they got a whale of a defense. They're closing up holes pretty good. So very impressed with what I've seen from Fond du Lac, and I have a feeling that Kimberly's going to make some adjustments here in the second half and get some things going offensively, sustain some drives. You think about Fond du Lac, they were on the verge of really being up 21-7. Ball was at the 1 yard line, and then the procedure call backed them up, and then the field goal that was a botched snap. So
so actually, in my opinion, I think you had that touchdown saving tackle, but then they had the penalty, and then like you said, the botched field goal. But otherwise that could have been. They're up 21-7, and that's a whole different story. What you're talking about.
Well, think about, too, Kimberly will get the ball to open up the second half as well. So a chance for the Papermakers to come out, kind of reestablish momentum, set a tempo, set a pace, and see if they can get some things going. But Fond du Lac is great. They're a great program, just like Kimberly is, and it's not easy even when you make adjustments, because you know that they're gonna counter those adjustments. And it's like that classic chess match. So we'll see how it goes, but I do like Kimberly's tandem. Martzel and Fisher, they've got a nice offensive line. They've got receivers, and I think they'll be fine. I think you're right. I have a feeling this game is going to go down to the wire again, and that's how it should be when these two great programs face off.
Yeah, just the micro waves of momentum during the first half that had shifted. It goes one way and comes back the other. It goes one way and comes back the other. Where nobody can really break the game open, and that's what makes this, that makes it the top game in the state tonight. So,
I see our colleague, photojournalist Bill Glasheen, walking down the track to our left. Be sure to go on our websites, postcrescent.com and fdlreporter.com. There's Bill. I think Rosie's going to get him in. Good look at his backside anyway.
There you go.
But Bill, a talented photojournalist, and he'll have some great photos from this one tonight, so check it out later tonight online. Hey, time to give ourselves a plug. Monday nights, we're hot and heavy into it. It is our Clubhouse Live show, everybody, with he's making his debut. We've done 2 preseason shows, but our regular season co-host, Green Bay Packers running back Aaron Jones, will join us on Monday at 6:30 from the Clubhouse Sports Pub and Grill inside the Red Lion Hotel Paper Valley in downtown Appleton. It's a free show, so come on down, check it out. We give away prizes. Rosie, we just gave away 2 tickets to the Packers-Vikings game, so those are the kinds of prizes we give out.
That was on the Miller deck too, wasn't it?
Miller Lite Deck at Lambeau Field.
So they're not just cheap seats or anything. These are quality seats.
Yeah, so you want to come by and check it out live. It's a fun fan show. And we'll have guest information, who Aaron's going to bring on Twitter at PCBrettsy or at Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. You can also watch the show live online at Facebook.com/Packers News or ClubhouseLive.com. And there's also a live interactive chat so you can ask questions in real time. But it's going to be fun. Can't wait to get Aaron Jones onto the show and talk about that big Packers victory over the Bears last night.
Yep, and if you never met Aaron Jones, he has a really it's a great, fantastic personality. He grows on you very quickly.
Yeah, can't wait to see him. So again, guest information coming soon. Hopefully I'll have some guest info tomorrow that I can pass along again on Twitter at PCBrettsy. Wednesday night is our Varsity Roundtable show. That's our live weekly look at the Fox Valley prep sports scene, hosted by Ricardo, and I run the live chat. Rosie, you're part of the production, and that's the same with Clubhouse Live. We're all part of that show as well. But Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, we just kicked off season number 11 of both Clubhouse Live and Varsity Roundtable this week. The Roundtable you can catch live at 7 o'clock on postcrescent.com and facebook.com/postcrescent. Also, if we're going to open it up, I think, this season, Rosie, to more of the Valley kids as well. So might get some Oshkosh love, some Fond du Lac representation, some Green Bay kids,
All right,
and make it more of an all Fox Valley show. And then also our R&B podcast for the first time this season. We recorded it yesterday, audio only.
Yep.
And I think that's going to drop mostly Thursdays.
Yes.
But you can subscribe to it by going to looking for it on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. And that's me, you, and Ricardo talking about anything and everything prep sports, and maybe even a few other things as well. And maybe this year, too, we'll get some recorded interviews, that sort of thing. So a whole lot of digital offerings. And, of course, subscribe to our products as well. You can go to any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. We have a subscription program going on right now. Great rates on print and digital subscriptions. Any of our websites, you can look for the subscribe tab near the top, and that'll take you. We'd love to have you on board. And a big thing of what we do, and we know you want it, is high school sports coverage, and that includes these live streams. So we always appreciate your support.
Yep, and those scores come in, they get posted immediately when they get them. As soon as the coaches call in and give us the scores and the information, it is posted online, so you get that stuff right away. Plus, you also get the benefit of having all the many more photos in the photo galleries from a lot of the area games, too.
Absolutely. A whole bunch of stuff to offer, and looking forward to another season.
And then you also get to see our prep live streams with the greatest prep sports duo in the state, as I like to call them.
You and me.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was going to say Ricardo, but he's not here. So
you and I do a lot of playoff basketball because Ricardo's always busy at that time doing wrestling, high school state wrestling.
Busy man at that time of the year.
Yeah, so you and I just kind of go from gym to gym at that point, usually in February and March. And so we're used to doing this tandem thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Rosie, have you seen look at the new scoreboard here. I don't know how new that is, but, man, they have a big video board now. It's like a college scene out here.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure if you can.
See if I can. There we go.
Can zoom in on that or take a look. Look at that. Well, this is what high school sports have become now. They have video boards at these fields. So many fields now with turf. Remember when Kimberly was the first one really with turf? Everybody was like, wow.
Yeah, yep, I remember that. That was early on, too.
Yeah, it was early on now.
I believe this scoreboard they've had since last year.
I'm trying to remember if we even streamed a game here last year. We streamed
first game.
Oh, that's right. Yep. That's right. The big one where Fond du Lac snapped that winning streak. Yeah, but a heck of a setup here. And I got to thank athletic director Ryan McGinnis, also the baseball coach at Kimberly High School. Boy, he's a phenomenal coach too, and has led Papermakers to state and some state championships in baseball. And always appreciate the crew here, and Ryan does such a great job.
Red carpet treatment all the time.
Always. So
we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good people here at Kimberly High School, and always fun to come to Papermaker Stadium. We'll be back here week 9 for the big Kimberly Appleton North matchup. And next week, we are going to be checking out Appleton North and Neenah. That's our Week 4 Varsity Game of the Week live stream. That's a Valley Football Association matchup. Live coverage kicks off at 6:45 p.m. from Paul Engen Field in Appleton.
Which I'm interested to see if Neenah will rebound from the Appleton East loss. But then again, Appleton East just might be on the rise this year.
Yeah, we'll pay attention. Some of these schools, like Kaukauna, too, off to a 2-0 start. We'll maybe check those teams out later in the season. If not, maybe some playoff matchups. But, go ahead.
I'm looking forward to the Horton when we travel to Fond du Lac for Hortonville at Fond du Lac, just because last year Hortonville just got annihilated, and that's being nice by Fond du Lac. But Hortonville, it seems like they have taken a huge step forward this year. So I'm really kind of looking forward to see where they're at for that week.
Yeah, I know folks are pretty excited over in Hortonville for their Polar Bears this year, and looking forward to seeing them as well. In fact, I'm trying to see what we've got the schedule here.
Yeah, I'm not sure who they're playing tonight.
Yeah,
I know
they're hosting Marshfield.
Okay, because they put a pretty good whooping on Appleton West last week.
Yeah, Hortonville 2-0 overall and in the VFA South, and Fond du Lac 2-0 overall and 1-0 in the VFA. So that could be a pretty big matchup, and it really could solidify who takes the lead and maybe can even keep the lead in the South. Of course, Neenah, we'll see them next week, also part of the VFA South, 1-1 overall and in league play. But you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. And Rosie.
Yes.
We're bringing in the heavy hitter now. Ricardo has arrived.
He's back. All right. I got to unplug or do something here for a second.
So we'll let those guys get situated. But again, next Friday, our stream team, Appleton North hosts Neenah in a Valley Football Association matchup. We're really looking forward to that one, and getting back to Paul Engen Field. That should be a fun one.
You got me off. Okay.
No, you're on.
Really? Oh.
You're still on, Rosie.
Oh, no wonder. Yeah, I can't. I don't have my headphones plugged in. That's why. It's kind of like one of those. I can't see. Why not? My eyes are closed. There we go. Okay. Well, Ricardo will be here any minute.
Well, as he gets situated here, they've added a few more minutes onto the halftime
of course
clock.
And
why wouldn't they? Because
why not?
15 minutes isn't long enough for halftimes
right.
anymore. But let me run down the scoring quickly. Xavier Ellis, 13-yard run with 5:44 to play in the first quarter. Actually, all 3 touchdowns coming in the first quarter. That made it 7-0 Fond du Lac. Then Alec Martzel answers with a 3-yard run with 50 seconds remaining in the quarter, made it 7-7. And then just like that, Xavier Ellis, a 62-yard sprint with 27 seconds remaining in the quarter, and that's where we find ourselves, 14-7 Fond du Lac with the lead. And Ricardo,
yes,
you are here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you again for both you and Rosie.
Hey,
for,
anytime.
Pinch hitting. I had some domestic family things to deal with, but I am glad to be back here. And I didn't want to miss this game, Brett. You know how hyped I was for this.
I know. Well, hopefully this can add a nice distraction for you here.
Yeah, definitely. And I listened to a little bit on the radio. I tried pulling you guys in, but it was kind of tough with my phone. But what I did see looked great. Just want to let you know. I'm not just saying this.
But I want to know how we sounded.
You sounded great.
Thank you.
It looked great, and you sounded great.
Thank
and
you.
I really appreciated Mr. Rosendick. Sounded great as well.
We're not used to doing two-man football. In fact, not having a play chart and anything like that.
And not being able to see each other.
Yeah, so it's okay. we did it. We got through, and I hope everything's okay with you. And
thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it looks like we have ourselves a great game going on, too. I'm excited to see this.
We do. Xavier Ellis, I was just saying, a 13-yard run and a 62-yard score. Alec Martzel with a 3-yard run. And I would say, though, that first quarter was that first half was won by Fond du Lac. They are really athletic. They got some speed. I like their quarterback. Wall Jasper can do some things.
Oh, yeah. Heard good things about him.
Legs and in the air.
And I heard, and how about Mr. Braylon Allen there?
Yeah, he's got some speed. Iowa recruit.
That's true.
So.
Iowa. I knew it was a Big Ten team.
Yeah, only a sophomore.
Yeah.
So they got some talent. Really like their defensive playmakers on that side of the ball. So just to fill you in too, Fond du Lac had a chance to go up 2 scores. They were at the 1-yard line. A procedure penalty backed them up 5 yards, and then they ended up going for a field goal attempt. The botch snap, and so Kimberly was able to hold. So Kimberly was able to do some things as well. Offensively, they got that nice combo between Fisher and Martzel.
How about the young kid, the
young quarterback has had some time. He's hit some throws, but he's also missed on some too. So just needs to sharpen that accuracy a little bit. The guys are there. Winnick's been there. Kiefer's been there. Hammond's been open a little bit. So it's just, I think, a growing process with Pendleton. But you can tell he's going to be a good one as the season continues on.
Well, hey, I'm excited for the second half, and I want to thank everyone again for tuning in. Love doing this, and boy, oh boy, if you got to watch a game today, this is it.
Well, I said everybody's here. You missed it, Rosie or Ricardo. They had a cheese table set up.
What?
A huge cheese spread down there. I don't know if it was an advertising. One of the local TV stations was doing a live weather spot here on the track. So
wow,
every and any media you can think of is here tonight. But we're thankful that you guys are hanging out with us tonight as Kimberly with a big return, and that's Will Hammond, Ricardo, starting off. And look at this. Oh, and an additional flag. That's probably going to be another 15 yards tacked onto that.
Well, you know, Will Hammond has had some big plays this season early on over the first 2 games for the Papermakers. Was that basically to the up back? Is that what it was? Hammond was one of the up backs?
Yeah.
And that penalty you don't want to see if you're Fond du Lac. You don't want to give him 3 yards.
Yeah, 15 free yards, personal foul. So ball at midfield. Now you add 15 on top of that. So it's going to be a great start for the Papermakers here, just what Steve Jones wanted.
Oh, that's going to be inside the 35. That's where they're marking it off from the 49 about, Brett.
Yeah, it's going to be at the 34-yard line, I believe. So look at that, 1st and 10 at the Fond du Lac 34-yard line. Great start for the Papermakers. Conversely, on the other side of the field, you know Steven Jorgensen. That's not going to sit well with him, the new head coach.
He preaches discipline just like his father. Those kind of dumb penalties, those grate on you.
Well, let's see if Kimberly can take advantage of this great field position here to open the 3rd quarter. Down 14-7 as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. And Martzel, big hole up the gut.
Gigantic.
Look at that run. And he's going to be tripped up finally, Ricardo, at the 6.
Brett, that inside the center and the guards, outstanding block. That was a gigantic hole that Martzel ran through.
Actually spotted at the 7. And 1st and goal already. Kimberly knocking at the door to try to tie this one up.
27-yard gain for Martzel. And again, that 2-headed monster of him and Frazier.
They have the Howard Cosell Frazier little sound bit. Down goes Frazier.
I'm not sure if anyone but oldies like us know that one, Brett.
Hey, come on. It's a classic call. Howard Cosell, you kidding me? Pendleton, you know this is going to be another handoff. I bet you Frazier takes it. He does. Looking for a hole, and he is in. Two plays, touchdown, 7-yard run. And just like that, Ricardo.
Well, that's what you wanted to see. Tie this one up pending the extra point. But Kimberly taking that penalty and the nice field position, converting that 2 plays into a touchdown.
Yeah, and if you're Steven Jorgensen, again, you are very unhappy because that is some extracurriculars you don't need. 15 extra yards, and just like that, we're tied up. PAT is through, and we got ourselves a ball game here at Papermaker Stadium. The 7-yard run from Caleb Frazier, his first score of the game. Coming at 11:16 mark here in the third quarter as we look at our Burlow Mattress Factory scoreboard. How about our new sponsor?
All right, Burlow Mattress. Very excited, Brett. Thank you to Burlow Mattress for coming on board. We can't wait to work with them throughout the season and give them the love that they've given us. So.
Yes, appreciate their support.
Absolutely.
Halftime score, Neenah taking down a Spash, 16-0.
Or Spash.
We were talking about that before you got here.
Early season schedule.
Then they have Kimberly next week and Marshfield after that. Not impossible that the Panthers could start, 0-5 for 2 straight seasons? Ooh.
Schedule gods do not like Spash.
You're Pete McAdams. You're calling the schedule maker this offseason and saying, hey, come on. Give me a break, huh? Well, Rosie, he's calling it. He's saying this one's going down to the end again.
Well, the several of their games over the recent years have done that. Come on, Rosie, were you being Nostradamus there?
Well, this is a perfect example. This has that Kimberly Fond du Lac feel again, right? Back and forth.
Kimberly with the new lower bottoms of the athletic uniforms there, huh?
Yeah, Rosie pointed that out as well off camera. And number 21 for the Cardinals, Reno Nebby on the return, a junior. And let's see where they spot this one.
It's past the 35, it appears. 37.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, I'd have some stats for you, BC, so unfortunately, I have to just start from the second half on.
Well, what, you couldn't take stats while you were driving?
No, sorry. I was.
Come on.
Again, you guys never came in for more than a couple seconds, but it looked great, though.
There's Ellis. Ooh, bottled up. And look at that combination. That was number 44 as part of that tackle for the Papermakers. DeAndre Williams, the junior linebacker.
1 yard gain for Ellis.
Boy, Ellis
had a huge first half, apparently,
Ooh.
according to you, huh?
Well, touchdown runs of 13 and 62 yards. Just
that'll
part
do
of
it.
that. Boy, a kid with power and speed. Kind of reminded me of that Grzybowski kid a little bit with Bayport.
Wow.
Very fast, low center of gravity, but really hard to break down and shed a lot of tacklers. Second down coming up for the Cardinals as Waljasper.
No, that's Ellis, I think, isn't it?
No, that's number 17, the quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And a good tackle by number 22, Briar Bargland, the junior defensive back. So a big opportunity here for this Kimberly defense, which has had a hard time getting that Fond du Lac offense off the field.
Kimberly defense have a couple studs on that line, as we know. Logan Wilson, big old guy for them.
3rd and 6 coming up for Fond du Lac, ball on the 41-yard line. Cowbells ringing again right in front of us. And let's see if this Kimberly defense can get a big stop, a much-needed stop. Waljasper has time, throws, nice catch, bobbled it, but he holds on, Ricardo. Tyler Collian with a big 3rd down reception.
Quick slant over the middle, Brett, and that was a timing play, and just a nice job by Waljasper, the junior quarterback.
Had time to throw. Good job by that line to give the quarterback some time. Yeah, you mentioned Logan Wilson, a Western Michigan recruit for Kimberly, the defensive end. How about the tight end, Mitch Bartle, a Western Michigan recruit. Offensive lineman Evan Buss is a Northern Illinois recruit. I mentioned Connor Winnett going to the Air Force. As Ellis pushing that pile to about the 45-yard line. So some Division I talent on the field.
Well, Logan Buss, I don't know. I'm sure there's relation there. Isn't he starting at tackle for?
Or is it Evan Buss?
Evan Buss is. Well, no, I'm just saying Evan Buss but Logan Buss last year or a couple years ago is now starting for the Badgers. I was going to say. Does that sound right?
It does sound right.
Evan Buss is playing right now for the.
Why was I think it was Logan Bruss?
Oh, maybe it is Logan Bruss. That's it. You're
Bruss
right.
versus Buss. They're confusing us, folks.
Bruss and Busses.
Waljasper, quick swing. There is another nice pitch and catch to Collian, and Fond du Lac now on the move again. Collian's a nice-looking wide receiver for the Cardinals, just a junior. Same with the quarterback, Ricardo Waljasper, only a junior as well. So if you're Steven Jorgensen, you're thinking, all right.
Yeah, we've
got
had
some guys
some
to work
young
with.
nucleus to work with.
So does
Doesn't even
Kimberly.
include Braylon Allen.
Yeah, Braylon Allen, again, a scholarship offer to Iowa, just a sophomore. I think he got that, and he saw a lot of varsity time as a freshman. Wall Jasper swinging it over to this familiar face, number 11 again, Collian.
Just pitching and catching right now.
And they're going to spot it inside the 10 at the 9. First and goal coming up for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Brett, that was an 18-yard gain, give or take a yard. Wall Jasper doing a good job stepping in for Carson Raditz.
Yeah, we talked about him.
Oh,
Remember
sure.
how good he had been playing linebacker at the
that's
Division
right.
I
He
level.
was a two-way player.
Unbelievable. Ellis has it. Ooh, nowhere to go. And number 1 for the Papermakers, Caleb Oberman, a senior linebacker, one of their big linebackers, wrapping up Ellis for no gain. Check that. They're giving him a yard. Second and goal at the 8.
Second goal down to go, or second and 8 goal to go, I should say. Got to work myself back in here, BC.
Yeah, I know how that is. Wall Jasper, jet sweep handoff,
Oh,
and
boy.
inside the 2, maybe to the 1. That's number 18, Nick Benke on the jet sweep handoff. See who they spotted. That's going to be at the 1-yard line. So third and goal at the 1 coming up, and you got to think it's 4-down territory.
Absolutely. Now it's a matter of your Fond du Lac not letting the mental mistakes hurt you.
No, we saw the situation earlier in the game. Fond du Lac was at the 1, couldn't punch it in, and had the botch hold and snap on the field goal. Xavier Ellis trying to push his way in, and he's in for the score, 1 yard. Ellis's 3rd touchdown of the game. And that was a heck of a drive.
Just under 5 minutes. A 9-play, 63-yard drive.
Really sparked by the passing game.
Yeah, Wall Jasper with completions of 11, 17, and 18.
Yeah, his favorite target, number 11, Tyler Collian. Oh, the kick is blocked. Oh, it went through.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Just squeezed over that crossbar. And Chevrolet, a very good kicker. Some issues going on in that kicking game right now for the Cardinals, but no harm, no foul. They got the PAT to barely go through. And as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard, Fond du Lac with the lead again, up 21-14, 6:14 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Bondi's offense really looks powerful. Really impressed with them in their obviously with anytime you have a talented running back like Ellis and Wall Jasper coming in right away and being able to have command and control of that offense. Bright future for Coach Jorgensen.
Oshkosh West leading Appleton West 28-14 at the half. Appleton North on top of DC Everest 20-7. Getting some scores rolling in here. And another bouncer, and that looks like
that Hammond
again. Yep. Fullback saying, yeah, give me the ball a little bit. I like this.
You don't mind going and trucking a couple of guys. We'll be taken out to the 33. 6:10 left in the 3rd quarter.
And again, that defensive unit huddling in front of us again. A lot of chit-chat going on tonight and how they can make the adjustments and slow down a very powerful Fond du Lac offense. Good look at them right now. Rosie getting the shot.
First down and 10 at the 33. Brett, have we had any questionable officiating? Because we have our friend Ken checking in tonight. Ken, the referee, as When it gets a legal procedure.
Well, there was an interesting call. It didn't lead to any points for Fond du Lac, but there was a 4th down run that looked like
So a questionable spot, maybe?
Yes, it looked like Ellis was stopped about a yard shy and got in fact, Kimberly was celebrating. Ended up pretty nice spot, but when they put the chains out, the nose of the ball was not at the stick, but the official said first down anyway. Steve Jones got
a
little hot, so I don't know if there's I always thought you had to get right at the stick with the nose of the ball. It looked like it was about an inch or two shy.
Must have been controversial because Coach Jones usually is very composed.
Yeah, he was a little upset with the spot and the first down call. So, what do you got going again?
Oh, and
another one.
Defense is clapping, and another mental mistake by the Papermakers.
And against a great defense like Fond du Lac has, 1st and 20 is not a good situation for this offense. So the pre-snap snuff backing up the Papermakers now 10 yards. 1st and 20 coming up, ball at the 21, well, where are we at here? 23-yard line?
1st and 20. Big situation for the young quarterback, Pendleton.
Low snap, swings it, Winnick has it, and good stiff arm, look at Winnick, and gets a chunk of those yards back, so that's a good start here on 1st down, and a nice, good, safe throw, and maybe that can get Pendleton, Ricardo, into a little bit of a rhythm and really work that passing game to set up that two-headed monster that they have with Martzel and Fisher at running backs.
14-yard gain. Bring up about a 2nd and 6. Well, another busted play, Brett, and I just see Jones over there just throwing his hands up in frustration. The 3rd mental mistake of the drive for Kimberly. Hey, well, our friend Ken, the referee, says, hey, he was stopped, bad spot. I went back and watched.
Okay.
Also, the ball was short of the stick. The refs missed it, and we'll see it on film. Thank you, Ken.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. So we weren't crazy. It was interesting. I was just surprised when you're right there. Rosie had a tight shot on it. It's like, what are we not getting here? And the referee kind of shook his head at Steve Jones, said nope, and that was it. So 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Papermakers. Ball at the 36. And a big 3rd down. Pendleton going to look, swing it over. And there's Martzel. He's got some room. Good play call, stiff arm, and he's past the 45, right in front of the Kimberly sideline. And that is a much-needed 1st down for the Papermakers.
That's a nice-looking play. You just want to get Martzel out there, maybe with the blocker out there as well. Let him work on the perimeter, and you trust that your athlete's going to out-athlete their athletes. Does that make sense?
That makes sense
Did I just
to me.
butcher the English language?
Well, I was never an athlete, so I guess I don't know what you're talking about there. But ball at the 46, 1st and 10. Papermakers with a huge 3rd down conversion. You hear a fan in front of me yelling, come on, Hogs, imploring that offensive line to
look out,
get Pendleton some time. And
that's a beautiful play by Murillo. And they're going to call that
throw the
interference.
flag.
Brett, I thought he got there in time.
Good timing, right? But the official says nope, and they're going to call pass interference. So pass interference is indeed the call against Fond du Lac.
Kind of a bang-bang play, Brett, but I thought Murillo got there in time. That was good timing by him.
And 15-yard penalty and another 1st down for the Papermakers. Now inside the Fond du Lac 40, ball spotted at the 39-yard line.
Well, this is where if you're Kimberly, you got to take advantage of some of these fortuitous bounces. Figuratively, of course, as Pendleton.
Martzel.
Whoa, there's a
he's
rail.
Got some, watch out, watch out. He is in for the score. Martzel, 39 yards out.
And Brett, he ran right past Braylon Allen, the track stud. So Martzel showing off the wheels a little bit.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. And to no one's surprise, we got a good one and a fun one here at Papermakers Stadium between two of the best teams in Division I. As Zabel punches it through, and we've got ourselves another tie ball game as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. 21 all with 4:19 to play. And how about Alec Martzel with 2 touchdowns tonight?
You know what I like? You know what I liked about Martzel there is he was patient. He let the thing develop, Brett. Sometimes young running backs will want to try to hit what they perceive to be the hole too quick, and don't let their blockers kind of set up the tempo. You kind of have a little bit of patience, but it's a fine line when you're a running back. There's a little bit of a gray area there. You got to make sure to hit the hole right when that blocking takes effect. Martzel did a good job, and again showed off the wheels.
Yeah.
He blew right past Braylon Allen.
Yeah, he's got some speed, and he and Fisher have been looking good tonight. I don't have the stats in front of me. Martzel leading the way, I'm sure, for Kimberly in rushing, and back and forth we go as these two teams normally do. Looking at the series, Kimberly leads the all-time series 16-12. However, the Papermakers have won 12 of the last 13 meetings dating back to the 06 season. Their only setback was last year, week 1, that snapped that 70-game winning streak. And how about this for success? Papermakers 84-2 over their past 86 games. That dates back to the 2013 season.
I don't know what the win percentage is there. I bet you that's over 900, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably pretty right. Short kickoff. That's Collian again, and careful when he gets out in space.
Broke
because,
a tackle.
Yeah, he can make some things happen. Watch out. There could be some extracurriculars going on the far sideline. Fondi, I think, wants a flag.
Yeah, Clavillo, I think, was able to corral Collian.
Yeah, 84-2 over the past 86 games. Of course, Kimberly has appeared in the state championship game the past 6 seasons, falling to Muskego, top-ranked Muskego.
Not my top ranks.
24-21 in last year's Division I title. That, of course, snapped Kimberly's string of 5 straight championships, the first in Division II and then the previous 4 in Division I. Yeah, we didn't. Now that you're here, we can maybe at some point talk about your G10 rankings and how they compare. Rosie mentioned the 3 of the biggest in the state right here in our coverage area: Bayport, Kimberly, and Fond du Lac. Pump fake.
Pump fake.
And he's got Collian.
Yeah,
wow, good pump fake, and Collian gets past the defense and a big play. Beautiful throw along the sideline, but there is a flag.
Now, Brett, I thought that was in the secondary.
And no, Fond du Lac's hey, don't argue with him. He's a police officer now, okay? Holding against Kimberly is the call, so that obviously is going to be declined, and a big play right out of the chute for the Cardinals and in Kimberly territory. 1st and 10. Ball's going to be spotted right at the 25-yard line. Wall Jasper hands off to Ellis, weaving his way to the left side and finally brought down about 3 yards. Boy, I like that Collian quite a bit. Just a junior wide receiver. Good hands and runs nice, clean routes and good speed, too. Good pump fake by Wall Jasper as well.
Threw a nice ball. As we're looking at a 2nd down and 7 from the 22 for Fond du Lac. Both these offenses really clicking in the second half.
Jet sweep coming. We've seen this play before. Nice tackle. That's number 44.
Fumble. Brett, there's a fumble.
Oh, DeAndre Williams.
Yes.
He calls the fumble. I think Nick Benke coughed it up. He had the handoff on the jet sweep coming through, and DeAndre Williams wrapped up.
And
ball's
loose. Overman got the ball, Brett.
I believe that's the first turnover of the game, so let's see if the Papermakers can keep or I should say take advantage of the miscue here. Ball's going to be at the 17-yard line, so 1st and 10.
Brett, who was carrying that for Fond du Lac again?
That was number 18, Nick Benke, coming through on the jet sweep.
Yeah, and then again, Williams just really did a good job of forcing that fumble.
Yeah, junior linebacker, 6 foot, 179 pounds. I've called his name a couple times. He's off to a nice start. Good speed, athleticism. and a turnover. And here comes Caleb Frazier. Nothing doing. Whole bunch of Fond du Lac jerseys there. And part of that crew was Fletcher House, the senior linebacker, really having a nice game and a nice season as well. Second down and 10 coming up for the Papermakers.
We'll see what Kimberly does with this, Brett, because in the past, they're the kind of team that if you turn the ball over, they will make you pay.
At the very least, get in position where you can flip the field. As Frazier trying to get around the end. And that was a good job by House to force him outside even more, and great pursuit by Fond du Lac. Third down and 9 coming up. I think they're going to only give him a yard.
You know, Brett, Fond du Lac is very aggressive to the ball. I wonder if this is one area, maybe not in this drive, but if Coach Jones is looking at this and like, you know what, maybe this is where we can do a screen to the opposite side of the field. We've seen them do that with their tight ends, with their fullbacks. Something to think about.
Third down coming up for the Papermakers. 3rd and 8 officially. Ball at the 19. And let's see what Pendleton can do. He's got plenty of time surveying the field. Now he's on the run, and he's going to have to sling it. And, that's out of bounds anyway. Kiefer was the intended receiver, so a good 3 and out by this this Fond du Lac defense.
Next time Fond du Lac's defense is out there, actually he might be out there right now, check out number 99 for Fond du Lac, Anthony Millard, only 5'6", 210 pounds. He gets down on all fours, Brett, when he's setting up to attack, and he looks like a badger out there.
Yeah, I see him.
So low to the ground. You see him?
Yep, in the middle of the line. Now he's down
now
on
watch,
one knee.
When he gets on all fours,
yep,
he is really low, and the low man wins, Brett, remember?
Absolutely, leverage. And, nice punt. Beautiful punt. Look at this. And I think Fond du Lac,
let it go.
Wow.
You don't want to do that. Oh, no.
Collian grabs it. Actually, beautiful punt. Took a bit of a Fond du Lac bounce, but still a heck of an effort there.
Collian kind of tempted fate there, Brett.
He sure did.
Not that late when it's bouncing.
21-21 is the score as we check out our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Thanks again to everybody watching live online. We've got it on all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites and Facebook pages because it's the game of the night in Wisconsin. So figured everybody would want to check it out. Week 3, almost a third of the way through the regular season, Ricardo. It's almost basketball season.
You're still in shorts, though.
Well, I refuse. By the way, Kimberly boys basketball coach Lucky Wirtz in the next booth. He always helps out at football games. Good wrap-up tackle of Xavier Ellis. Logan Wilson, part of the tackle there, as we called his name again before. Logan Wilson, of course, the Western Michigan recruit, defensive end for Kimberly.
Sometimes I really like the music we play here. Rosie, is this Argent? Autograph, okay. I think just turn up the radio, I believe.
Second down, and Ellis lost a yard. So 2nd and 11 coming up. And play action. Waljasper all day to throw, and watch out. Oh, intercepted.
Yes.
Not a good throw there, and that's number 2, Ricardo Griffin-Weigel, the junior defensive back, had inside leverage on that.
He read that the whole way.
Yeah,
I looked at the route, and Waljasper threw it anyway, just expecting his receiver to beat Weigel, but Weigel read it the whole way. He jumped the route.
Yeah, he jumped the route, and he was actually the receiver on that, but definitely a risky throw when the coverage was that tight. Came inside. And great hands and another turnover. Kimberly with another opportunity to turn turnovers into points. Didn't happen the last time. 1st and 10 coming up for the Papermakers. Ball on their own 28-yard line.
Boy, I love to watch defensive backs have the smooth hips to recover and to jump those routes, especially when they're one-on-one, Brett. That far down the field. Because if he doesn't, and he guesses wrong, Brett, that's a touchdown possibly.
1st and 10, Pendleton with the ball. Handoff to Martzel, who's had a big game. Ooh, nice tackle. And I think that's House again, number 4, Fletcher House.
House with the German spelling, Brett, H-A-U-S.
Yeah, he's a disruptor there as a linebacker for Steven Jorgensen.
I like looking at sometimes the boards that they have. Kimberly does when they're showing off what signals or whatnot. I know one of them was the Joker, the other was the Notorious B.I.G. You just got to wonder what those are for in terms of the calls for the offense.
Could be nothing.
Could be nothing, you're right. Sleight of hand. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. 3 receivers near side for Pendleton, sophomore quarterback.
Looking, slings it, Winnick. Oh, good little spin move. Now the stiff arm. Good tackle, though. Murillo with a very nice tackle, and that's going to stop Winnick short by a few yards. Ball's going to be spotted, Ricardo, at the 36-yard line. So 3rd and, 2?
There you go, called it on the spot.
And I think that's how the 3rd quarter is going to come to a close, and that is indeed the final play of the 3rd quarter. So 12 more minutes to go here at Papermaker Stadium. 21-21, we're tied up. Rosie said it's coming down to the final play again as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. To the 4th quarter we go. I cannot wait to see what transpires over the next 12 minutes. Looking at Ricardo's G10 prep football rankings, and he does these every week. He's got Bayport 1, Kimberly 2, Fond du Lac 3, West De Pere 4, Stratford 5, Wrightstown 6, Kiel 7, Amherst 8, Hilbert 9, Menasha 10. Can't argue with the top 3, really the top 4.
Oh, you'll argue.
No, I was actually
okay.
the one I thought Wrightstown should move up to 5 over Stratford, but telling you what, Bayport, it's interesting. You know,
you agreed with me, but you thought in the AP poll that they should have been.
I think
Muskego should be number. I don't believe in any of that nonsense.
I'm okay with Muskego being number 1. They're the defending champs. They took down Arrowhead handily. They're in a very, very good conference themselves. As I said to Rosie before, and we'll talk about it as this game goes on, it's going to be interesting to see the growth of both of these teams and even Bayport as the season goes on. 3rd and 2 coming up. Ball at the 36-yard line. Big 3rd down play for both sides as Martzel direct snap. He keeps it, leans forward, stretches forward, and he's got the 1st down at the 40.
Little wildcat action, Brett.
And hurry up back to the line of scrimmage. Nope. Okay, they're going to get in a huddle. I thought they were going to run to the line and maybe go no huddle up tempo. Try to keep that Fond du Lac defense on its heels a little bit, but boy, that's a crucial 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Coach Jones being very creative tonight. 1st down and 10.
Yeah, what's the call here? Delay or a procedure? And another procedure call.
You know, Brett, I haven't seen this many mental mistakes from a Kimberly team in some time. I mean, that's several this quarter already.
So 1st and 15 moves the ball to the 35-yard line. 21-21, we're all knotted up. Final quarter. Let's do overtime. Let's play overtime again.
Free football.
Hand off to Martzel. Big hole.
Oh.
I didn't see who tripped him up. That might have been number 27, Drew Miller, the junior defensive back. But Martzel looking very fast, hitting that hole.
Yes, 7-yard gain. I'm sorry. 7-yard gain makes it 2nd down and 8. A much more manageable 2nd down, Brett.
Kind of waiting for that. Well, Bartle's out of the game right now, but waiting for a tight end play. You know, we've seen it so many times. We talked about it in the R&B show where they crash one side and he leaks to the other. And see if Steve Jones pulls that out of his play sheet here tonight. 2nd down coming up for the Papermakers. Ooh, good job by Pendleton to kind of handle that snap, but that whole timing was disrupted. And that's going to set up another 3rd down for the Papermakers. It looks like, do we have a Cardinal down? We do. And that's Xavier Ellis, who's down right now, and I'm not sure what the problem is. No, he's back up.
Doesn't seem to be limping, but Xavier, one of those guys who also plays linebacker, Brett. So a few Fondy guys playing both ways.
It is amazing. You wonder, again, at this level, you think they're going to wear out after a while. But in great shape, great conditioning program over at Fond du Lac, as we know they have here at Kimberly. So 3rd and 8 ball at the 42-yard line. And let's see if the young quarterback can keep the chains moving.
Nice catch.
Nope, incomplete.
Oh. That was intended for Kiefer.
So punt unit comes out. And I didn't see, it looked like a Fond du Lac defender got his hand in on that attempt there and just knocked it free.
Well, Fond du Lac really escaping disaster there by having 2 turnovers. And Kimberly not able to capitalize on those miscues.
Yeah, Brett Peroni had a great punt earlier, and he's back out there again. Another booming kick. Nice bounce, and I think that's a good job. Great job downfield. You see how fast number 37, Mitchell Smarzinski, the junior, racing down there. So a good punt by Peroni. And a long field coming up for the Cardinals with 9:32 to play.
Yes, Smarzinski, a junior fullback. I wonder if he's maybe the younger brother of Jenna Smarzinski. Remember the great basketball, softball player for Kimberly a few years back?
Appleton North on top of Everest, 23-7. How about Manitowoc on top of Green Bay Southwest, 14-0.
Wow, the Ships.
The Ships, coached by Greg Enns, former Little Chute coach. 1st and 10, ball at
14.
The 14-yard line. Wall Jasper.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right. Oh boy is right. Look at the quarterback go. He is going to go all the way for the touchdown. 86 yards. 86 yards.
Brett, you saw that hole develop. My goodness, that was gigantic. And
how about the wheels the quarterback showing off there? Talk
Wall
about
Jasper. My goodness.
Yeah, explosive plays. 86-yard run earlier in the game. Ellis had the 62-yard run. Wow.
Some big play capability from this Cardinals offense. Well, you got to give it up for the offensive line, though, Brett. You don't. He walked through that thing. It was the size of a semi-trailer going through.
Yeah, but then he turned on the Jets. They couldn't catch him. Good job by the holder. That was a high snap. And Fond du Lac now with a 28-21 lead with 9:17 to play here in this 4th quarter as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. Too much from that defense tonight. They've been gashed a few times.
Again, the 2 turnovers, Brett, that Kimberly was not able to capitalize on could prove to be pivotal.
Kicking off for Fond du Lac, number 14, Justin Chevrolet.
9:17 left here in the 4th quarter. Again, 28-21 lead for the Fond du Lac Cardinals under first-year head coach Steven Jorgensen. No worries, though, if you're a Cardinals fan, because Steve Jorgensen's still on the sidelines as well.
Of course, Steven played here at Kimberly.
He did. And his brother, Matt Jorgensen, up at Bayport.
Yeah, how about
as
that?
an assistant coach. So the Jorgensen coaching line all over the place.
Steve's coaching tree doing well.
Yes.
Including here at Kimberly.
Including his bloodline.
Yeah.
Is that
There's
Hammond again? Able to
he
return
wants
it?
the ball. Oh, fumble!
Oh, he did fumble it right into a Fondy.
Oh, I think Kimberly got it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
It looked like it entered right into a Fondy guy, though.
I saw the reaction from the, well, let's see.
No, it is. How did Kimberly
I don't
recover
know
that?
how they did. I saw the reaction from the Fond du Lac sideline. I was watching the play in my binoculars, and you could just see, like, you know, that disappointment when there's you think there's a big turnover, but it doesn't actually end up your way.
And I think Frazier was Johnny on the spot, able to recover. Brett, if Fonda recovers that fumble and takes it in for another touchdown, that could be problematic, especially with 9:10 left here in the fourth.
First down coming up for the Papermakers. Ball's going to be on their 35-yard line. And Frazier's turn to run, and nothing going on. I think that's House again.
One Allen on the tackle.
Braylon Allen actually on the tackle.
1 yard gain for Frazier.
Gain of 1 to the
Kimberly needs a big play here. They need to have someone kind of answer the challenge. They had a nice start to the half. A couple of big plays, taking some good field position down for a touchdown to tie the game at 14 at the time.
Frazier,
Nowhere to
nothing.
go.
No, wow.
Nowhere to go.
Look at number 44.
We don't have a number for him.
No, we don't, but he was there.
loss of 1 to the 35-yard.
So back to the 35-yard line, 3rd and 10. And what's on the play sheet now if you're Steve Jones? This is a big 3rd down call. Clock's running down to the 8-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. You're down 7.
Yeah, you know how many possessions you're going to have left, Brett. Now he has Winnick over here one-on-one with Murillo. Good matchup there, but one that Winnick has an advantage of in terms of height.
He's looking for Winnick. Nice route. Beautiful route. That's the best throw of the night from Pendleton. It was timing. He trusted his receiver to be at that spot, and that was a fantastic precision route by Winnick, who showed great hands moving the chains.
12-yard gain, Brett, but more importantly, keeps this drive alive. 1st down and 10 at the 47 for Kimberly.
Very confident throw by the sophomore. Got out on the run and just fired it, knowing that his receiver was going to be right there to catch it, and he did.
The thing is, Murillo has to respect Winnick's speed, Brett. He has to be able to pay off just a little bit. He can't go and try to jump that route.
Martzel now going to try to show his speed, get around the edge.
Oh, there's a flag.
Oh, and look at Allen there. Jeez, he is all over the place.
Flag on the play.
And that might be coming back.
Holding against Kimberly.
And holding is the call against the Papermakers.
From the spot of the foul, Brett, which is just right by the 50. Be placed right at the 40. So 1st down and 17.
17 for the Makers on their own 40-yard line.
Well, again, in a bit of a hole, the Papermakers, and Pendleton with.
Look out.
Yep, are they trying to set up a screen? Whoa, intercepted Allen.
Yeah.
What a catch.
You know what? Pendleton was trying to just throw that out of bounds, I believe, Brett, and just the athleticism of Allen.
Did you see how high he got up to get that one? Beautiful pick by the sophomore. And if I was already offering, you got to think others are going to start lining up here in the next year or so.
Again, I really think Pendleton was just trying to throw that away because he was being pressured by Fond du Lac's Fletcher House.
Well, here's where the Kimberly defense really needs to buckle up and get off the field as quickly as they can. If you're Fond du Lac, here's what you want to do. You're 6:57. You want to milk that clock, be methodical with the football, and just get 1st downs and see if you can put this thing away. Xavier Ellis brought down. How about big 92 For the Papermakers, that's Luke Todd, the senior defensive lineman, 6'4", 242 pounds, wrapping up Ellis maybe a half yard. Guess they'll officially give him a yard, make it 2nd and 9, ball at the 44-yard line.
I like Overman trying to rip that ball right out of his the basket there.
Trying to cause yet another turnover. Good job by Ellis with the ball security.
2nd down and 9 for Fond du Lac. You know, Brett, a couple of first downs here would really serve them well.
Oh, yeah. Here goes Waljasper. I was waiting to see this. Look at the quarterback go through near midfield.
Great push by the offensive line. Brett takes it near the 50.
Waljasper, he's big and strong, isn't he? Big, thick legs, junior quarterback, and he can really get out and make you pay with his legs. See the quarterback kind of bending over. I think he's a little, probably a little gassed right now.
5 yards on that carry for Waljasper. 3rd down and 4.
Either that, maybe he took a pretty good lick too. So here's a big 3rd down. Cowbells are out. Can this Kimberly defense get off the field? Here's that jet sweep again. Nope, Xavier Ellis, and he's wrestled down, and the defense gets the stop. 3 and out. That's big.
Well, hold on now, Brett.
Oh, you got a punt.
Well, I'm just saying it's 4th down and a long 2. I guess they are punting.
No, you got to trust your defense. You know you have a really good defense, an active defense, making it very difficult for the Papermakers to consistently get really anything going. Consistently get things going.
Now
so
we know that that's not your style anyway. You're a very conservative play caller.
I am. I would say we're up 7. I'm not going to screw around here at midfield and make this Kimberly offense work.
Punt's taken right at the 20 and wrestled down.
At that point, you just wrap up. Yeah. Mason Lawton, number 6, was the return man there. Well, here you go, Ricardo. This is what you wanted if you're Kimberly. You got the defense got the 3 and out, and now here's your offense with a chance to march down the field. We've seen it time and time again over the years. They make big plays when they have to. 4:34 remaining in this game. All 3 timeouts. Both teams have them. Ball's going to be spotted right at the 20-yard line.
Well, if you're Coach Jones, this is all what you could ask for, right? Got 80 yards to the tying touchdown. Your offense is out on the field.
And you got playmakers, too, that can hit home runs on any given play. And Martzel looking for a lane. Whoa!
Oh, that was a nice tackle by Allen Brett.
Just tripped him up just enough. Boy, he is active, isn't he? Braylon Allen, just a sophomore. He is going to be a fun player to watch.
Right now, Martzel could still be running if that wasn't touchdown saving tackle from Allen.
It might have been because, you know, Martzel, he's got the Jets too, and he gets out in space. He can make you pay on one run. 2nd and
2.
Yep, ball
long
at the
2.
28-yard line. Martzel again trying to read the blocks, and he's going to be stopped short by about a yard.
Yeah, you know, the whole playbook's still open for your Kimberly, Brett. There's plenty of time. As you know, high school football, the clock stops after every first down. So now you trust the process. You trust your coaching staff, the linemen up front. 3rd down and 1 for Kimberly. And if you're Fond du Lac, you want to get some disruption up at the front of the line there.
You got a feeling that this is Martzel now with the direct snap, hands it to, nope, Martzel keeps it. I thought Frazier had it, but that's a first down run by Martzel. So as Ricardo said, clock stops to reset the chains. Ball is spotted at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10, and now the clock running, but again, Kimberly with 3 timeouts still to use. Here we go. What if they score a touchdown? Steve Jones going to go for the 2 again?
Oh, that's a great question, Brett.
Or is it too early in the season to be doing that stuff? Play action. Pendleton looking the other way.
Oh, he has his man. Oh, he had him open, Brett. Just got a little too excited. That was Peroni.
Peroni, the junior tight end. There's your tight end play. Everybody's crashing one way. A little misdirection.
Yeah.
It was there. So 2nd and 10 now for the Papermakers. Ball on the 32-yard line. 2:38 to play as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. And there's Frazier looking for a block, trying to get around the edge.
Goes.
There goes Caleb
There he
Frazier
goes.
down the sideline. He might score. Ricardo, he's in for the touchdown. 68 yards. Wow. Wow.
Surprising. I don't want to say surprising, but the way he's built, you don't expect him to run that fast, Brett.
I've seen him compete in track at the 300 hurdles. He made it to state too, and he's got that endurance and that strength. And we are all tied up after that PAT by Zabel. 2:26 to play. Take a look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard. 28-28 is the score. Another classic here at Papermaker Stadium between these two great teams.
Brett, that came on a 2nd down and 10 situation. So, Fond du Lac, if you're Coach Jorgensen, you're like, what happened there?
Wow.
You can't give up that kind of chunk of yardage.
Good blocking again, and got Frazier to spring it to the outside, and then he was all alone down that sideline. Nobody's going to catch him. Look at these touchdown runs tonight. We got a 62-yarder from Ellis, a 39-yarder from Martzel, an 86-yarder from Waljasper, and now the 68-yarder from Frazier. Explosive plays on both sides. What a game.
Just texting my buddy Ken, the referee, or former official, says great game. Anytime these two teams,
Every time.
they should play every week. Can't we just have them play every week, Brett?
Well, then we'll stream it every week.
Yeah, we'll stream it every
We'll
week.
just keep going back and forth between here and Fruth Field, right? It's just, you can see why it's the game of the night and why so many people are here to cover this, and high-level football. And here's the question: we've seen Bayport last week. How do these three teams rank right now?
They're all very similar, Brett. I stand by my first place, or my first ranking, I guess, if you could say that, by having Bayport 1.
I would,
but really, it's a sliver
Yeah.
of difference between those three teams.
and you don't know how this is going to progress by the time you get to week 11 or week 12, and these teams are going to make, eventually it's a collision course. It's bound to happen. Who's going to grow the most throughout the course of the season?
Now, remember, Brett, last year, Fond du Lac won on a last-second field goal, so now they have it 2:25 left, 1st down and 10 at their own 33.
Well, let's see if this Kimberly defense now can get another stop, get that offense on the field, maybe set up for their own game-winning field goal, but we'll see. Here comes the jet sweep. Nope, the handoff to, Waljasper.
Look out!
Oh, whoa, good miss by Waljasper. I thought he was going to be brought down.
Yeah, right now, number 44, DeAndre Williams for Kimberly's just, he's just feeling horrible right now. He had Waljasper dead to rights, Brett, in the backfield and missed the tackle.
But Waljasper, maybe just a little hesitation, like he was going to pitch it on the option to freeze the linebacker just enough so that Waljasper could cut it back inside and get a big 1st down. 1st and 10. Ball at the 46. Clock running. Again, both teams with all 3 timeouts to use. Fond du Lac's got a good kicker.
They absolutely do. Is that the younger brother of the other Sherbo kid, I wonder?
Waljasper, he's got time. Going to fire it downfield. Whoa! Looking for a flag. Fond du Lac wants it.
And they don't get it.
No, they don't.
You know what I think it was, Brett? The official is saying, look, I saw the two players, their feet tangle. And when they tangle, correct me if I'm right, Ken, please, if I'm wrong, please correct me. If the feet tangle
Incidental.
inadvertently, There's no flag, correct, Ken? If you can text me.
Yeah, the Fond du Lac fans, you can hear the boos across the field. You're right. Justin Chebrol is the kicker. Jared was the kicker last season. So good kicking genes in that family, but 2nd and 10 now at the 46.
You know, that was a nice pass from Walljasper. He had Xavier Ellis. Xavier Ellis had beaten his defender.
Hand up, no, Walljasper, fake, looking downfield. He's got all day long. Here comes the pressure. Whoa.
Look at that.
That was the coverage. Good coverage downfield by the Papermakers. That was a nice play action fake. Nowhere to go downfield for Walljasper, and finally that pressure broke through.
Oh, we have an injured Cardinal.
Yeah, and that's number 4, Fletcher House, and a very key member of that defense, an outstanding linebacker, and you don't like to see this. Hopefully the young man is okay. But credit the DBs and those guys downfield for giving Walljasper nowhere to go with the football. And finally that rush comes through. 3rd and 10, big play coming up after this injury timeout.
Looks like House is back up, but he is limping off, Brett, with the personal trainer, or the physical trainer, I should say.
Wow, you hate to see that. He's a heck of a player. Been love watching him all over the field. Now he's going to jog off the field. Maybe he's just got to run it off a little bit.
Put some dirt in it, right, Brett?
Or some rubberized pebbles or whatever's in the turf now. So 3rd down and 10.
Are they pebbles or pellets?
Pellets, whatever.
3rd down and 10.
Yeah, ball at the 46-yard line. Big play coming up right here. You can see number 18 wants to know what the play call is. That's Nick Benke, wide receiver. They're looking for it. Nobody knows. I think they're going to have to call a timeout.
They are going to have to call timeout.
You can see Steven Jorgensen running the official.
And he is just irate at his team right now.
So first timeout burned right there. I think that's okay, though. I mean, you had 3. It's minute 43 to go. Just calm everybody down, get everything situated, everything set up. Last thing you want to do is try to snap it, hurry, and botch it, or have some sort of another turnover. So calm things down here on both sides, and I guess the play of the game coming up right now.
But Brett, is this 4 down territory?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, that's conservative, Brett.
There's no way. You're in your own territory right now. There's no way. If you're stopped short, I'd say I'm going to punt it away. I'm going to trust my defense to get a stop.
Right now, if I'm Walljasper, I'm figuring out a way to get it into Braylon Allen's hands. Now, it looks like they're rolling coverage that way, though. But I like that matchup either way.
If I'm Walljasper, I'm saying I'm going to keep the football and I'm going to use my legs to get open. Nope, he's going to drop back. He's got time. He's going to fire it downfield. And, wow.
Wow, no flag. Just a great play. Is that 27?
27, Xander Zima on Tyler Collian. I thought Collian had a step or two, but how about Zima extending his arm, knocking the ball away, forcing the 4th down. That was a good ball by Walljasper.
Great ball from Walljasper, Brett. Let me tell you, that's the kind of throw where half the time the receiver catches it, it's a touchdown, and perhaps half the time the defender is able to break it away. That's how close it was.
1-on-1 between Zima and Collian. Zima wins that battle, but barely, and that was there's some heartbeats starting to race right now here on both sides. High snap.
Ooh.
And they get the ball off, and fair catch is the call. That was number 6, Mason Lawton, and here we go with 1:29 to play.
Now, how many timeouts does Kimberly have?
They have all 3.
They do have all 3.
And they're going to mark the ball right at the 20-yard line. What a game. Every single time.
Rosie was right.
How can you not love being here watching this kind of stuff?
Rosie was Nostradamus.
And again, folks, subscribe to our stuff, would you please? Go to any of our websites.
Yeah.
And hit the subscribe button near the top. You can get all this great digital coverage, print coverage, high school prep sports, all that good stuff. Ooh, low snap. Good job by Pendleton. And here comes Martzel And let's see how quickly the papermakers get to the line and how they want to use these timeouts.
Brett, was it Nostradamus or Galileo who did all the predictions?
Nostradamus.
All right.
Don't you remember I used to do stuff when I covered the Badger football, and Kimberly's going to burn its first timeout.
I can't remember things that long ago.
Nostra Christofferson.
Oh.
Come on.
I thought it was Galileo.
Isn't Galileo an astronomer?
Is he?
I don't know. That's so long ago.
Okay, so our friend Ken.
Yes.
Official Ken. Former referee. We should have a little graphic with his face up every time we do this. Wouldn't that be funny? He goes on that no call DPI. I suppose the ref ruled unavoidable contact occurs when two or more eligibles are making a simultaneous bona fide attempt to move, catch, or bat the pass. Hold on, he added something else here. Have to make a bona fide attempt to move forward, catch, or bat the pass. Yeah, Rule 7511 in the handbook.
I wonder, does he have his handbook handy as he's talking to us?
He has all that stuff.
That's fun to have. It's like our own Mike Pereira here.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we need the little graphic.
Maybe we could get him a USA Today Network Wisconsin Frisbee for his work. Second down, and we'll call it 6, ball at the 24-yard line. Fond du Lac looking to make a stop. Nice play action. Pendleton fires.
Oh, what a
wow,
pass.
What a throw to Winnick. How about that for your sophomore quarterback? Throwing a bullet right across the middle. Good catch by Winnick. Ball at the 43-yard line.
But was that better than his other pass that you claimed?
Still like that other one better, but
All
that
right.
was a nice throw. Showing some moxie. Martzel near midfield. And we're under a minute to play. 2 timeouts remaining. And then you wonder, Cam Zabel is the kicker here for the Papermakers. Don't know what kind of a leg he has. Pendleton swings it. Oh, right through Winnick's hands.
Winnick was looking before he caught it.
Trying to make a play.
Yeah, it went right through his hands.
Third down now.
Now, how conservative are you here, Brett? There's still enough time if you miss a pass here. Fond du Lac has some time to do a couple of passes where they have 1 timeout.
I'd punt it.
2 timeouts left.
I'd punt it. I would punt it away.
Well, they're bringing in Peroni, and they're bringing in
Oh, it's only third down, though.
Connor Pendleton. Yeah, right, on this third down play.
Well, let's see if the young sophomore's got another one in that right arm. Nope, that's Martzel looking for a hole. He's got the first down, so clock stops to reset the chains, and Steve Jones wants another timeout.
6-yard gain for Martzel. He's having a huge game. Well, actually, both running backs are. Talked about the two-headed monster.
Yeah, ball at the 46-yard line, and if you're number 49, Cam Zabel, a 6'1 sophomore kicker, wonder if he's down there warming up somewhere.
Yeah, we're trying to find him. Is that him right down there? Can you see him, Rosie? Number 49?
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go. Far right sideline, Rosie. Just getting that leg warmed up.
He's getting talked to by his buddy, Caleb Oberman.
Yep.
A lot of the defensive players are going over there to him saying, hey, listen, we trust you, buddy.
If I'm Zabel, I'm saying, get out of here. Leave me alone, would you?
You're psyching me out of this.
All right.
Look at them. They're pounding him on the chest. You can see. Thank you, Rosie, for that.
Let the young man just kind of think things through a little bit. If they even need his leg. We'll see.
Here we go, Brett. First down and 10 at the 46. They're in Fond du Lac territory, are the Papermakers. 35 seconds left. Low snap.
Pump fake.
They did a double
Going
move.
downfield. Watch out. Nothing there.
Boy, look how fast Braylon Allen get over there as a safety.
And he makes it look effortless.
Yeah.
Just glides. Got a final. Nina takes down Spash 37-13 thanks to John Yoke, our contact with the Rockets. So, Nina, we're going to see the Rockets next week. Actually, you, Mike Sherry, and Rosie, I'm not going to be around next Friday night.
Yeah, okay. They're playing Fond du Lac that week? Or who?
No, Nina's at Appleton North.
Nina's at Appleton North, okay.
Back to Paul Engden Field. We're going to see Fond du Lac in 2 weeks when they host Hortonville. That should be a good game. Looking forward to seeing the Polar Bears. But let's
all
get
around
this,
the VFA South.
Let's get this one done first. Watch out! Oh, fumble!
If you're Frazier, just get down on it.
Oh, boy, watch out! Oh, I think I don't know who got it.
Oh, boy, this is going to be close.
I think Kimberly got it. Let's see, though. Papermakers, I think, have it. Was that number 17 coming in?
I think so.
Was that Wall Jasper coming in on the blitz?
Yeah, he's out there. I see him.
Wow.
Now, if you're Kimberly, Brett, just let this.
Yeah, it's over now.
Just punt it, get it out of there.
Well, it's third down, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that was 2nd and 10. So it's third down now. Who takes the last time out? I did not see who burned the final timeout.
Ball is at the 37, or just short of the 38. That's a loss of 16 yards for Kimberly.
So Kimberly, Ricardo, burned the final timeout. And with 13 seconds to go in third and forever.
You said it was going to be overtime, and look what we got.
Well, how about Wall Jasper? I thought that was number 17 coming, and he hit Pendleton. And a lucky break for the Papermakers because that ball was loose on the turf, and that would have given Fond du Lac a couple cracks to at least set up for a field goal. So third and long, and don't do anything crazy at this point. I think just run it and live to play for overtime.
Final, Kewanee 21, Coleman 18. Some of these other scores.
Wrightstown takes down FVL 26-24. That was a pretty good battle. FVL looking pretty good in Northeastern this year. Third down, and I guess it's 30. Ball at the Kimberly 38-yard line. Fond du Lac with 2 timeouts remaining. So if you're Kimberly, what you want to do, I think you just want to run the ball, make Fond du Lac burn a timeout. You got Peroni, who's got a great leg, punt it away, and you know that Fondy will probably just let the clock run out, and we'll see some overtime here at Papermaker Stadium.
They're saying that's 8 seconds now left on the clock, Brett, not 13 seconds.
Okay. Well, that makes it even an easier decision just to run the football.
Yeah.
And it looks like the officials got a. Oh, Fondy's going to burn a timeout now. Okay.
Trying to catch up on some other scores here. Best we can. Brett, did you see a Little Shoot score yet?
Have not. I saw Oshkosh West beating Appleton West 48-21. Not sure if you mentioned that.
Well, we have a first half score, but I'm sure this has been updated. Winneconne 21, Kettle Moraine Lutheran 7.
Manderwalk Lincoln takes down Southwest 21-6. How about Brilliant shutting down Roncalli 34-zip? I know you mentioned that on the R&B show.
They're undefeated, yeah.
Kaukauna was up 24-14 over Menominee, Michigan. We're going to be talking about Menominee, Michigan in the years to come as they're joining the Northeastern. So third down and a country mile, as they say, 30 yards to go. And I think you just got to run the football here. Low snap. Nope, Pendleton's going to go back.
Really rushing too, and
going
that
high
looks more
and
like
deep.
a punt.
And it is intercepted. And that's how regulation comes to a close. So the last time these two teams played, The state semifinal game down in Oshkosh was overtime. Why not play overtime again? What a rivalry between these two programs.
You can follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, Rosie at Metal Rosie on the Twitter.
Well, as we wait for overtime to get started, again, a big thank you to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Oshkosh, and Fond du Lac. Their craftsmen manufacture your bed on site with unmatched quality and customer service. Be sure to stop in today for their mega mattress clearance sale. And as we look at our Verlo Mattress Factory scoreboard, 28-28 is the score. Bunch of big plays, both sides.
Did you mention this final of Appleton North over DC Everest?
I did not mention that as the final.
23-7 is the final.
Okay. Again, next week's live stream, Game of the Week live stream, takes us back to Paul Engen Field for a VFA matchup. I don't even know. Are they crossover games, North versus South? I don't even know what they are. I just call them VFA. The Lightning are hosting the Rockets. Lightning winners over DC Everest. The Rockets taking down Spash tonight. So both teams 2-1. Should be a good game at Paul Engen Field.
Hey, you know who else is 3-0? Chilton. They beat New Holsting 15-14.
How about the Tigers?
Boy, that was a great game between Wrightstown and FEL, huh?
What was the final?
26-24.
Yeah. FEL standing toe-to-toe with what many perceive as the top team in the NEC.
Got to give FEL a little love. Hey, Manitowoc again, 21-6 over Green Bay Southwest final.
Yeah, congratulations to Greg Enns, his first win at Manitowoc.
You mentioned the brilliant score. And Nina beat Stevens Point 37-13. See if we can find some other ones for you. Little Shoot 43, Clintonville 0. That was a halftime score, though.
That was halftime?
That was halftime.
Oh, my goodness. Something's got to be done for the poor folks in Clintonville. They need to move out of that league. They need to move into that Central Wisconsin league with Shiocton and Amherst and those squads. They're getting hammered by everybody every week.
Hey, Brett Omro defeated Mayville 35-14. My Foxes bounce back.
Here we go. Fond du Lac's going to get the ball to start our first overtime period. Ball at the 25-yard line. And here we go. Wall Jasper going to look. Ooh, nice catch by Collian. That was a good hit, too, by Griffin Weigel, but Collian, good hands.
Now, can I ask a question? If there is an interception, there can be a run back for a touchdown, right? That is true. Okay. I feel like I should have known that already, but there you go.
Well, this is exactly kind of how it played out down at Oshkosh. Fond du Lac started the overtime with the football. Wall Jasper's got a lane. Anybody? Oh, good pursuit. Look at big 92 bringing down Wall Jasper, Luke Todd, but I think he's got the first down. Good job by that line to get out. Boy, athletic. Let's see where they spot it. Ball inside the 10 at the 9, so first and goal coming up for the Cardinals.
10-yard gain for Wall Jasper. Had himself a nice night.
Wall Jasper just going to keep it himself. Sheds a couple tackles and maybe a few yards there. Might be down to about the 6. So 2nd and goal coming up for Fondy. Ball at the 6. Second down play coming up. We'll see if Walt Jasper keeps it again. Will Xavier Ellis get it? Nope. Collian looking that way. Oh, wow. Good coverage. 27. Xander Zima on Nick Benke. We called Zima before, playing some pretty good defensive back there for the Papermakers. Just a junior, 5'10", and 150-pound DB.
Yeah, you know, I saw Collian in motion. Thought maybe it was going to be one of those jet sweeps there, Brett.
So 3rd and goal coming up. Boy, if your Kimberly can hold them to a field goal, that's a victory. Let's see what the Fondy Cardinals have. Watch out for Walt Jasper. Tough to bring down from the quarterback spot. Walt Jasper's keeping it, tucking it in, nowhere to go. And look at number 24 in on the tackle. That's Max Sanderfoot, the DB wrapping up the quarterback and going to force Fond du Lac to kick a field goal. They were doing nothing fancy. Walt Jasper was tucking that ball in. Let's see how far this field goal attempt will be as Justin Shebrel coming out for the kick.
You know, Sanderfoot's only 5'8", 143 pounds, Brett, but boy, did he play huge on that one.
We'll call it about a 22, 23-yarder. Kick is up, and it's through.
Sherbel, the sophomore. How far are we calling that one, Brett?
I'm going to call it let's give him a 23-yarder.
Okay.
Well, in overtime, holding an offense to a field goal when you start in 1st and 10 at the 25 is a victory. So Kimberly got what it wanted. Obviously, you want to get the stop ultimately and no points, but hard to do in overtime. So with good kickers, settling for a field goal is okay if you're Kimberly. Now it's the Papermakers' turn. Touchdown wins the game. First and 10 for the Papermakers. It's their turn in overtime. Ball at the 25. Pendleton barking out the signals. Martzel has it. Oh, he runs into his own guy. I think he ran into Hammond. And maybe got a yard. Feels like Kimberly's setting up something, doesn't it?
Maybe that screen.
2nd and 9. Ball at the 24-yard line. Pendleton, low snap. Martzel walks out, gets around. Good tackle. And look who's there with the tackle. Braylon Allen again.
He is such a phenomenal athlete. Just really making plays all over the field, but he is a guy to watch. He's just a sophomore,
he's
folks.
Sensational.
And already has a Big Ten offer to play.
He might have to be on your Elite 11.
Well, you have to be a senior, Brett, remember?
A senior, okay. You got your rules. I do. So 3rd down, ball at the 19. 3rd and 4, because I thought Martzel had the first down.
Yeah, he went right through that hole and then quickly closed because of Allen.
One-on-one, Winnick by himself. Do you look at your receiver? Let's see if Pendleton drops back, looks up. Nope. Nothing doing. Caleb Frazier brought down by House, who's back in the game. And now what do you do if you're Kimberly? I think you got to go for it. I'm not sure if he's got the leg. Let's see if field goal unit going to come out or not.
Nope, I think you're right, Brett. I think they are going to go for it. It's a 4th down and 5.
Nope, Cam Zabel is trotting out, number 49, the
boy.
sophomore kicker.
Brett, that's a 37-yard field goal. I mean, you're asking a lot from this kid. I mean, that might be that's a no-brainer in NFL, but in the high school level, maybe not so much. As Jonesy asked for a timeout.
Okay. That is a long kick, isn't it? Well, they know what the kid can do. Well, how about some big-time tackles? Braylon Allen, number 1, and then Fletcher House.
And not just that, even on the when Fond du Lac had the ball, Brett, with the big tackle from Sanderfoot.
I think Jones is going to change his mind. I think so too. I think he's putting the offense out on the field.
I think you have to.
37-yard field goal. That's a long kick.
Now, Kimberly has had a nice history of very good field goal kickers, Brett. But again, this isn't the NFL or even the collegiate ranks. It's a little more dicey when it's 37-yard field goal.
4th down and 5 at the 20-yard line.
And there goes the offense back out there, Brett.
Yeah, I think you have to.
I think Pendleton's limping a little bit. Is that what I see?
Maybe a little bit. Well, here we go. This is it. Fans are on their feet. Now Fond du Lac wants a timeout.
Just wanted to see what they're doing. Just to amp up the pressure a little more, Brett, having this goal.
What a classic. I mean,
yeah.
Every time. I mean, there's these are like so close, these programs. It's incredible.
You don't beat it. You don't beat the price to come here and watch these two teams.
$4 or whatever.
When NFL teams are making you watch their 4-stringers for like $100 or whatever they make you pay now.
Or whatever that was that we watched yesterday.
Oh yeah, that looked like a preseason game.
Wow.
But then you see these two teams, just fantastic coaching staffs and players that really put in time. Really, Brett, all year round. These kids train.
Community here. You got standing room around the fencing and. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think Pendleton is limping just a bit.
That's part of the play.
There you go.
Here we go, 4th down and 5. Ball at the 20-yard line. Just need those 5 yards to keep the chains moving. Pendleton has a low snap. Drops back. He's got time. Fires. Got it. Wow. Will Hammond. What a catch. Braylon Allen trying to bring him down. That was a rocket. Great tackle because I thought Will Hammond was going to spin his way and maybe score. Good hands by the fullback. How about the senior coming up with a big catch and Pendleton stepping into that throw with complete confidence.
Brett, Hammond has played such a huge role this season for Kimberly. Really, really making a name for himself.
And credit that offensive line, Ricardo. They gave Pendleton plenty of time to wait for Hammond to get open. Now 1st and goal, ball at the 6. A chance for the Papermakers to win this one. Frazier, and he is in! Touchdown! The Papermakers beat the Cardinals in another classic.
You could see Jorgensen and Jonesy out there right away, Brett, shaking hands. What a game. Again, these two teams. Let's just have them play every week. Forget about the whole rest of the season, man.
Unbelievable. Every single time. This came down to the final play for the 3rd time in this series. 3rd straight time.
Yep.
The game-winning kick last year in Week 1, the 2-point conversion in overtime, and now the 6-yard run by Caleb Frazier. Last play of the game. Papermakers with the 34-31 victory. every time these two teams get together, it's incredible football, Ricardo. Such a joy to cover this stuff and watch it. We are so lucky where we are, Northeast Wisconsin, Fox Valley, to have these types of teams go at it. It's just so fun.
I agree, Brett. Just a phenomenal game. Why do I think these guys are going to meet again? I mean, it's been that way.
And Bayport saying, don't forget about us now.
No. Those three programs are going to be intertwined more so than just the common bloodline they share with the coaches, but also because they're the three top teams in our area in Division One.
And again, we're only in week 3.
Right.
They're not going to see each other till probably the third round range. So what are these teams going to be like then? That's a couple months from now.
Well, Brett, I'm going to get down there and try to talk to some players and some coaches.
Yeah, you'll do the recap tonight yet, or is that for Sunday?
Yes, I will do the recap and then also do some extended stuff for Sunday. But right away online, I'll have some thoughts and some highlights from the game.
All right, sounds good, Ricardo.
Thank you again, everyone. Thank you again for chipping in. Rosie, and filling in for me, man. Thank you, my man.
Yeah, glad you could be here. I'm going to run down the scoring before I shut it down, but two phenomenal high school football teams. You can see Kimberly, they're going to have a good time tonight. But, boy, what another gut punch to Fond du Lac. You just feel so bad for those guys because that is a phenomenal program as well. But what a game, what a classic. Let's run down the scoring. Fond du Lac got on the board first, a 13-yard run by Xavier Ellis with 5:54 to play in the first, made it 7-0 Fond du Lac. Then Kimberly evened it up, 7 apiece. A 3-yard touchdown run by Alec Martzel with 50 seconds to play in the first. And then Fond du Lac immediately the answer, a 62-yard score from Ellis again with just 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Fond du Lac with the lead, 14-7. Back come the Papermakers. A 7-yard score by Caleb Frazier with 11:16 remaining in the third quarter, tied things up right out of the break, 14 apiece. Then the Cardinals with 6:14 to play in the third quarter. Xavier Ellis's third touchdown run of the game. This one a 1-yard score, capped a 9-play, 63-yard drive. 21-14, Fond du Lac with the lead. Kimberly again ties it up. A 39-yard scoring run from Martzel with 4:19 to play in the third, 21 apiece. And then in the fourth, 86-yard run from Kyle Waljasper with 9:17 to play. That's the quarterback for Fond du Lac. Cardinals with the lead, 28-21. And then how about Caleb Frazier, a 68-yard sprint down the far sidelines with 2:26 remaining in regulation, tied it up at 28 apiece. We go into overtime. Fond du Lac with a 23-yard field goal from Justin Shubrel. And then we just saw the end. Caleb Frazier, the 6-yard run, makes it 34-31, and that run was set up by a huge fourth down pass from Caden Pendleton to the fullback, Will Hammond. So 34-31, Kimberly survives another classic matchup with Fond du Lac. With the victory, the Papermakers improved to 3-0 on the season. They're next at Stevens Point in an FBA matchup over at Gerke Field. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. next Friday. Fond du Lac falls to 2-1 on the year. The Cardinals host DC Everest down at Fruth Field in a VFA matchup. Kickoff also scheduled for 7 o'clock next Friday night. Speaking of next Friday, that's where we'll be again. Our Varsity Game of the Week live stream takes us to Paul Engen Field in Appleton as Appleton North hosts Neenah in a Valley Football Association matchup. Live coverage kicks off at 6:45 p.m. Once again, thank you to our sponsor, Verlo Mattress Factory of Appleton, Oshkosh, and Fond du Lac. For Ricardo and Rosie and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I am Brett Christopherson signing off from Papermaker Stadium here in Kimberly, Wisconsin, where once again it was a classic. The final score tonight, the Papermakers 34, Fond du Lac 31, an overtime thriller. Thanks for watching, everybody.